Fuck Trap House Mob. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas.
We back. We back. It's the preseason finale. You know what it is. It's Nest Kingdom. I'm here with Saint and packing bags right now. Chubbs.
What up,
Packing bags right now. Chubbs. Great game, man. Great game. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break down a little bit of the preseason finale. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Please hit that like button. It's Friday night. You know, get your drinks, get your popcorn and all that. Get settled down and chill with us for a little bit for the breakdown. Let me shout out the chat. The chat.
Another preseason dub. I'll take
it. W's in the chat. You know, spam those W's. Uno Fish, what's up, bro? Joey BK, hey, what's up? Brooklyn S11, yeah, what's up? Cypher, hey, what's up? Cakes Boo, hey, what's up? Joel, hey, Joel, what's up? MJ Zaire, what's good, MJ Zaire? I'm very hopeful. Yes, we are hopeful. What up, Miguelo? Arthur, what's up, Arthur? And Nicholas Emily, hey, Nicholas Emily. Khalil, hey, NJ Enthusiast, what's up? Fan, what's up, fan? Easy Money Sniper, Justin Scott, hey, Justin Scott. Brian V, what's good? Champagne Poppy, hey, Champagne Poppy. Maya, hey, Maya. Frosty 03, Ruben, what's good, Ruben? Payne, why you name Payne, bro? Rashad, and one more, Quan.
Rashad is apparently disappointed in the way you've been acting on Twitter.
I can't lie. We gotta address the take.
I don't know why.
We gotta address AJ's Lopez over Gobert take. Is that the one you're talking about?
I don't know why Caleb got so tight about it. Like, it wasn't that deep. He was like panicking. He wanted. He's better than. Like, I don't really care that much. It was just
for what it's worth. Brook Lopez over Gobert is kind of crazy.
Bro, he's better than him, bro. You see, he's trash, bro. Like, don't do this, bro.
AJ, you and I know if you gave Giannis Rudy Gobert,
what's he gonna do with Rudy Gobert? He can't shoot.
Giannis and Rudy Gobert.
What is he gonna pass to Rudy Gobert? He's gonna pass it right back. He's gonna pass it.
Giannis and Rudy at the 4 and 5.
That wouldn't work. That would make the Bucks worse. It's damn near making the Wolves worse right now. We punched the Wolves, and Rudy would look like doo-doo.
Rudy did not look like dude. He looked like Kessler Edwards trying to take the ball to the rack. That's what it looked like.
Shout out to Motive. He's all the way from Australia, yo.
Oh damn! I'm sorry. Right. I had to throw that one in there.
Yo, forget about Rudy. But all right, so tonight's game, man. Yo. That's hilarious.
It's a crazy take.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy at all, bro. I don't know what do you wait. All right, what do you see in Rudy Gobert that makes him so good? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Chubb.
And understand this: I'm the biggest Rudy hater here, but we can't.
No, I am apparently because I have the crazy take.
But
I'm saying Brook Lopez is better.
Rudy's better. Somebody said Rudy definitely is better defensively, but that's it.
Yes, but
I agree with that. I'm saying like. Brook Lopez is they're both rim protectors. They both block shots. Rudy's obviously younger than him, so he's gonna be faster. He's gonna be more athletic because Brook is old. But other than that, Brook is better. Brook can shoot threes. Brook has a post game. Brook can score better than Rudy.
Yes, he does. But here's the difference. Brook unfortunately got all of these skills at the near end of his career now, where he's really only a role player. He's not necessarily a primetime starting big. Gobert.
Those days are over. Those days are over.
So if he was in his prime, different convo. But I'm taking Rudy off of this. Yes, I'm the biggest Rudy hater. But if you gave Giannis Antetokounmpo a back-to-back defensive player of the year that can block shots, you're literally making his life easier in terms of defense, so he can.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. To me, I disagree because it wouldn't space the floor because Giannis needs space because it's like Rudy. If Rudy's gonna be, it's happening right now with Cat. They're packing the paint, so Rudy's gonna have to stay in the paint. You know, Giannis needs space, so he needs like why it works so well with Brook Lopez is because Brook can shoot threes. You know what I'm
All
saying?
I gotta say is before the game, I said it's going to be interesting to see how the Nets handle Gobert and Cat in the paint, like, and have Edwards like that. That it was a test, and it was like the fact that we handled it without a problem should kind of tell you a little bit about an overpay for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, there's no way. Like, you had Cat and Rudy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason they shouldn't have just been destroying us down low. Like,
exactly, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Rudy's not like that because they have 2 7-footers. They shouldn't be. We shouldn't have more points in the paint than how many points? Look at the stats. How many points in the paint?
With Ben on the bench, exactly.
With Ben on the bench, yeah.
But to Cypher's point, this is the first time they've touched the court together.
True. I'm sure they will figure it out. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
This isn't like, oh, it's practice. It's like game 1 with us. This is the first time everything's being run and everything.
Yeah, I still think like backdoors.
I think they're more lethal with Cat at the 5. To me, that's just in my eyes. They're more lethal with Cat at the 5. That's what I mean. But I don't know. But yeah, forget Rudy Gobert. I don't know why we talk about
it was
Rudy.
Still funny. Hey, it was a great way to open the show. Shit was
a beautiful way. You know what, AJ, to support you, I have a take. I take Bam over Rudy. So there, I'll take Bam out of bio.
Oh, that's a more calm take. I understand why I got flack for it. It's
a little crazy comparison.
I understand why I got flack for it. Some people agree with me though. There was a whole bunch of people that were like,
yeah, it's not that bad, but if you really look at the scheme of it, it's kind of a crazy take on the surface. But with context, you're like,
I was talking like, we got super chat saying, hold on.
Hey, tell me if this fan is really loud because it's hot as hell in here. Shout out to Elijah Hall. Should we sign Kembe as a backup point guard?
Wow. No.
If he's going to ride the bench and not come in unless somebody gets severely hurt or he comes in at the end of the garbage time, I'd be okay. But question is the fan too loud? Be honest.
No, I don't hear it no more.
All right, cool.
We good.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not with it. Unless
Kemba's a big no. Kemba's a big no.
Yeah.
He's 6', he's 5'11". He's like he's a worse Patty Mills kind of like type guard that we know.
I would love a backup point guard and still another center, but
he's short and then he has chronic. I don't understand. He has chronic knee problems. Like you guys have you guys not followed his career for the last 2-3 years? He's had chronic knee problems. He can barely play. He can barely play.
He literally it's sad for her to say, even though he is really good friends with Kyrie Irving, from what I understand.
Yeah, they're good. Like I said, I love Kemba.
Like, say, dude is he's not a good rotational player. I think he would have his moments, but he's heading towards the end of the bench.
Yeah, he's heading towards the end, bro. Like I don't love Kemba because he's from the Bronx, he's from the towns, but it's just he's heading out. Like it's not looking good for his career, bro. Like. He's on the way out, guys. He's on the way out.
Yeah, it's almost up for him for his career. I wouldn't say end of the bench. It's almost up for him.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the knee thing is he hasn't played like in a long time because of his knee problems. Shout out to Elijah Hall, though. I appreciate you, bro. But the game tonight, thank you. We got to talk about the game. I know it's 8 minutes in. We got to talk about the game. So what I wanted to point out tonight was how good the Nets defense is.
My God, dude.
Now we're talking about and I said this last stream. I think we're capable of being a top 5 with Ben Simmons, Clax, and what really kind of stood out to me tonight is Kyrie and KD. Like when they're locked in defensively, it's like a contagious disease. Everybody just catches it. It's like everybody's locked in defensively. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with Kyrie tonight. Like the effort you saw Kyrie tonight give on defense. It was just on point. Like he took it like it was game 7 of the finals. Like that's how serious he took this game, which I was kind of surprised about. But every defensive possession, it's like Kyrie was locked in. They're communicating. They're talking. I got him. Switch. Help. Like everybody's locked in as one on defense. And when your 2 stars, your 2 leaders are locked in on defense, I hope this lasts for the whole season because we have the length now. We have the size. We have the wings. We have the athleticism now to be a great defensive team because we can switch. We got 3, 6, 11 guys that could switch and guard 1 through 5. You know what I'm saying? Then we got guys coming off the bench, 6'9" Yuta, 6'9" Markieff. So it gave Minnesota problems. Like we outscored them in the first quarter What was the first quarter score? I know we were up big in the first quarter. Though.
Let me break it down. I can pull it up here. Let me do this. Let me just share the screen so we can get.
Yeah. Yeah, we were up big in that first quarter.
So, do you want to look at stats first, or you want to go to the quarter breakdown?
Yeah, go to the quarter. Go to the quarter real quick.
I
think we held them to what do we held them to in the first quarter? Because we usually, and you know how the Nets, and we had a big problem last year. Our first quarters were horrible. Like teams will score 40 and
where is that
the past 2 years, our
first
quarters are always bad. Like we would get outscored, or people would score crazy in the first quarter.
God, where is the first quarter score breakdown?
Ben had 6 assists in 13 minutes. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, 28-22 is first
28-22. Yeah, so we held him to 22. Yeah. That second.
Uh-oh. We may have lost the AJ. You there, bro?
Damn, we lost him.
He was in a flow, too, yeah. Look at his face.
In mid.
Oh, now you're back.
I froze?
Yeah, you were like.
Oh, my God.
It was like you just saw, like, it's like the face you made was like Patty Mills just dunked on Gobert. That was your face, bro. You were like, what did I just say?
Like 30 minutes dedicated to just Patty Mills. He needs to go.
Yeah, we need to say, all right, we'll save.
Oh, man, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the defense. Yeah, so we held them to 22 in that first quarter, but that's where it starts. You know, the defense is where it starts. And because we know we know we're a great offensive team that can score, but if we become a great defensive team,
what do you mean
it's like,
if? What do you mean if?
Oh, bro? I'm sorry.
We are.
Well, we are.
Well,
yeah,
no, we are because I mean, dude, the offense that is being generated off our defense right now is it's feeding into the fast break rut. Like, bro, it's looking great. Like and the plus the big thing, like I know, I didn't want to see Ben Simmons foul out in 13 minutes. Granted, the refs were suspect, right? Yeah. But the fact that he fouled out in the 12 minutes and 43 seconds, and you saw the same type of energy and playmaking and defense when he went out, was huge for me. That made me have a lot more faith, because that's been the problem with our team. One of the big three leaves the game, and then all of a sudden we look like ass. But so far this season, it hasn't been that way.
Yeah. And with the offense, now that the offense is so smooth now, like we get into our sets, the dribble handoffs, it's like, well, tonight because Ben fouled out, it's kind of, we saw more of the KD Kyrie show. But even still with the KD Kyrie show, the ball was still hopping. You know what I'm saying? The ball was still moving. Let me read some comments real quick. Somebody said, "Facts, Patty got to go." Lou Buck said, "Patty is done." Yeah, it's the Patty issue is, like I said, I try not to like harp on it, because I think when Seth, TJ Warren, everybody comes back, I don't think we're going to see Patty. Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to see Patty.
Well,
everybody's
if we see Patty, I'm just.
If we see Patty, then I'm going to be a little nervous.
If you see Patty, that means.
That means him and Sean,
that means there's some favoritism going on.
Yeah, there's some favoritism going.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, it for sure. If you see Patty when Seth and Joe come back, and TJ Warren, shout out to Forza Legend. To be honest, Edwards needs to go seriously. I'm not willing. Edwards doesn't need. If you're talking about Kessler Edwards, he doesn't need to go anywhere. He just needs to be at the back of the bench, and he needs to work more on his game. I'm not willing to get rid of him unless it was like for a massive, like a great player, and you put him in the trade. I'd be okay with it. But Edwards can just chill at the back of the bench. I mean, that's where he belongs right now.
He's not going to be a rotational, but like I said, I think he's going to be needed in case somebody gets hurt or like load management. Then we'll probably need him to come in and be a wing if guys are out.
Because his defense is still fantastic. It's just his offense is where it suffers. And right now, Utah, as he should be, 4 or 5 year guy in the league, he should be all around better than Kessler is, right? But he's a good depth piece to have. Keep him in the back. He's an extra wing. How much did we complain, AJ, about not having wings last year?
A lot.
And you want to keep him in the back.
Yeah.
keep
I'm
him in
great
the
with all
back.
the wings we have now.
Yeah.
Like I love the wings we and Yuta and Markeith, they're staying. So, well, I'm hoping the Nets guaranteed them.
There's
Like,
no way.
I'm not.
There's no way.
There's no if they let these guys go. I don't understand that.
If they
I
let
really don't.
Utah and Morris go, then Sean Marks needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Like straight
You
up.
can't let them go. Like
At most, Sumner is probably gone, probably because his hip, and they probably don't trust his health. But there
you think
shouldn't
that
be no.
they're gonna let him go, or you think he's gonna like just gonna deal with it?
It depends, bro, because he did. I mean, he did bring
He had
something.
one game where he went off.
Yeah, but what I liked about Sumner was like how much he attacked, and who's attacking like that right now?
Not much.
Nobody.
Not many people.
Nobody on our team is attacking the rim like Sumner is. I would like to see a little bit more. It sucks that he hurt his hip. Hopefully, it's not a big deal, but I would like to see a little bit more of Sumner. Chioza's got to go for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Remember BB? Remember when LaMarcus had his hip strain? I don't know if it's like in the same area or same realm, but
I don't know how bad it is, but it's
I don't
not. Hip
know.
strains are
Yeah.
not good because it's not good.
I mean, it's not unlikely, right? Like, how long was he out of basketball for? And
yeah, usually like they say other body parts happen to compensate, like get hurt because he's coming off the Achilles. But what were we talking about before? Oh, so the defense. The defense tonight was amazing. Like I said, we held. It was basically like Claxton had Rudy on lock. There was a time that the only complaints I have about tonight, because the offense was smooth, was there was a couple possessions where Patty Mills was playing point guard. I never want to see that again. And then there was another possession where Nash, we went small. I think we went small. It was a lineup with Katie at the 4. I remember, I think we had Cam in, Kyrie, Royce, Dayron, and then we had Katie at the 4. So they had a lot of switches on Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert was kind of eating because, Katie not supposed to guard centers and 5s. Katie can't do that really. So Rudy started eating in that little, I think it was in the second quarter. That was the only like rotation mistake. And then I think Steve Nash, he saw that, and then he tried to put Yuta in last minute of the second quarter, but it was like the end of the second quarter. Those were the only 2 complaints I had during the game. But other than that, it was a blowout. It was light cheese, light work. So how do you guys feel about the game?
Go for it, Chubbs.
Okay, I'll say this, and this will probably make me ramble into a Patty Mills rant, but I'm gonna try to stay on track. But immediately you can tell, like, the defense. I'm gonna be very high on our defense this year because they had 6 for the longest until like minute 6 in the first quarter. That alone is like, okay, that's impressive as hell compared to last year. They'll probably be up by 20 with us. Like it wasn't even funny last year. But then Patty Mills came in and D'Angelo Russell saw red. Like for like 3 straight possessions, cooked Patty Mills on all 3, and then we almost immediately had to call a timeout because they started getting rhythm. So I'm not even gonna go into that too much, but outside of that, throughout the game, beautiful ball movement all around. Defense was stellar from everybody tonight except for Patty Mills. There's really nothing bad to say. Outside of Ben Simmons fouling out, it comes back to our need of an extra ball handler. Because look at it like this. If we're going to throw Ben Simmons at the taller 4s and 5s, he's more likely going to foul out way more than his entire career.
Yeah, I'll give it to this. The refs were terrible in this game.
Horrible.
Like everybody was like, when they did that last foul on Ben, everybody was like, "What?" Like even Katie got tight. Like you saw Katie get tight.
Dudes were laughing.
Yeah, everybody got pissed off.
Yeah,
The whole bench
people
stood up
laughing.
and was like, "What? Like you're doing this in a like the refs were being BS tonight, bro."
Yeah, but we need a ball handler. It's important
No, that's
because
fact.
if
That's
we're
fact.
gonna throw Ben at these 4s and 5s, he's gonna get a lot of fouls than he's ever seen before.
Yeah,
And if he does foul out, we need that extra playmaker. Like we really need that extra playmaker. Really impressed from both Claxton and Dayron tonight. Going up against Gobert and Cat, very impressed. Other than that, like there's really nothing else. We just played complete. through and through. Like there was no dead moment. Like
Yeah, it was a
literally
blowout straight
outside of one person, we can all agree it's the same person.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
we dominated the Wolves, like dominated them, bro. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Saint.
Nah, hey, I will say first off, Kai's defense. Kai said at the beginning of the season, he's going to be different on defense, and he's showing it right now. I mean, my biggest takeaways is that the fact that we're not switching as much is huge. Other teams are not so far like not hunting like they were. I know it's preseason. There's still a lot of games to go, and you'll see different things set, and teams approach us differently. But just the communication and these guys moving around like 2 or 3 times tonight, definitely 2. I saw 3 guys collapse on one player. When was the last time you saw that in more than once in a game for us at all in the last 2 seasons? And effectively trap and either have the ball like given up or they take a crappy shot and we got the rebound. Like that was something else that really stuck. They did it to like either I think Gobert or Cat on the baseline. Like you said, you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They trapped. They trapped them on the baseline.
They trapped them, and then they quickly went back to their spots. And it's like that to me.
The rotations, everybody's rotating. It's like we're all just playing on the same page on defense.
Yes,
it's like everybody's like it's like one string. Everybody's on one string.
Hey, Manny knows Optimus Revenge. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say. If you were there, Optimus Revenge is the next season.
Shout out Manny, Manny, my guy.
I mean, bro, it just that was like one of the biggest things like that kept sticking out to me this whole game was just the communication, guys moving around the perimeter. I think these last 2 games, you've seen a better perimeter defending than the first 2 games. Because I think people were saying, like, if you remember the first 2 teams, they were just like teeing off from 3.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I think somebody had 40 on us in the first quarter.
Yeah, like that? Philly was hitting threes.
Was that Philly that had 40 on us? I don't know. Somebody had 40 in the first
quarter.
Yeah,
Philly had 40, I think 40 or 42 on us, and a lot of them they couldn't miss from the 3, but we had 0 perimeter defense. And same thing in the second game. But these last 2 games, you've seen quite a bit of an emphasis to shut people down.
And I remember the Nets put out a video, I think last game, of like Kyrie kind of like in the locker room, telling people, yo, this is how we play team basketball. We're all on one. We're all one. Like I feel like he's going to take that leadership role. And like I said, if Kyrie is locked on defense, what excuse do
you
any
have?
of us or any of the other team, Clacks or not Clacks, but all the other guys, what excuse do you have not to play defense if Kyrie is locked in? Kyrie was I think he scored on Anthony Edwards one possession, went back and went to Anthony Edwards and started clapping. He was like, let's go. And got on a defensive stance. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's locked in like that,
there was a couple. I mean, let's look at the stats. What did he have? Kyrie had 3 steals and Royce O'Neal had 4 steals. That's another thing that if to continue my. Like, I don't even care about the offense, bro. Like, I really don't. Like, looking at this game, I really don't even give a shit about the offenses. And we'll get into – I have a couple plays bookmarked that I want to show in a second. But, like, just the fact that we had for the team, we had 8, 9, 10 steals, right? Like, that is another emphasis of, like, I see that we're playing the passing lanes, right? Like, we've seen Ben do that. But we're seeing other guys like Royce and Kyrie, like definitely turned it up. Like people getting their hands in there, like things that we didn't see our previous 2 seasons team where you could tell that defense wasn't really high on their priority list.
We have the weapons now. We have the weapons for defense. Dude. Yeah, we have the weapons for defense. I'm going to read a couple of comments. Shout out to Lou Bucks. He said Royce was 2 for 7, but was still great defensively. Yes. We're going to talk about Royce. That's our next topic. We're going to talk about Royce. Me and Saint were talking about that before. Shout out to Ruben. He said Utah's closeout on the 3-point line from the paint is crazy. Yes. Utah is like I said, his motor is really good, man. Like he's just always on go. Always on go.
Yeah.
King Ghost, Prime Kyrie is back. Shout out King Ghost. Shout out to Cypher Kai was the best player tonight. Yeah. I agree. I think it was the KD. Once Ben fouled out, I think it was basically the KD Kyrie show, and Kyrie led the charge. Someone shout out to SK. He said Dayton. He probably meant Dayron. Free throw is so pretty. You talking about Dayron?
Yeah, he was 5 for 5 tonight.
Oh, Dayron's free
was
throw so
5 for
pretty. He
5.
needs to shoot some jumpers.
Yeah.
Think we may have a stretch big somewhere in there. Oh yeah.
He
I mean,
can
Dayron's
shoot actually.
yeah.
He can hit the mid range. He just is.
He's
That's
proven
not
that he
what they're
can
playing
shoot
him at,
threes
yeah.
and shoot. He just got to be consistent with it. He just got to like work on it, develop it.
Yeah.
But he's proven he can shoot that three. You know.
Yeah, Dayron. Speaking of Dayron was 5 for 9, 5 for 5 at the free throw, 13 rebounds, 1 steal, 15 points in 24 minutes. Like, bro.
Yeah, he was great tonight. He was great tonight, and I'm glad he played like this because he was struggling early in the preseason games. I think it was the first 2 he struggled. Then these last 2 he was really good. The Bucks game he was good, and this game he was good.
Couple of super chats real quick. Shout out to Paul. I told you guys Kyrie is focused, no games, MVP season.
Facts.
Hey, he's letting you know. I mean, I said what's funny is he made a shot today, and I literally said in my head before the announcer said it, I was like, dude looks like he's in mid-season form. And the next thing the announcer said was like, Kyrie looks like he's in mid-season form. Like he looks locked in on both sides of the ball. It doesn't look like anything is being forced from Kyrie. Like he is locked in. All I'm praying for is like good health for him all season, because if he stays healthy the whole season and he continues to play at the level he's like already playing right now, like we're definitely in for a special Kyrie season, in my opinion. Shout out to Alan. What y'all think about Cam's point? Do we want to table the Cam conversation? I think we have to have
we'll do that after. We'll do that after Royce.
About Royce and Cam. Yeah. Do you mind real quick if I show you a couple plays that I was highly impressed with?
Oh yeah. Oh, but before we get to that, real quick we gotta talk about Ben real quick.
Okay.
Ben, first, like I said, this is I don't know. It's become a habit for him. But second quarter, when he gets in the second unit with the other guys, that's when he becomes aggressive, I guess. When KD and Kyrie are in the game, he tends to be like passive. Let me let them score, and I'll play defense. Second quarter, when they go to the bench, that's when he gets a little bit aggressive. But he's still a little hesitant. I saw somebody say that in the comments. He's still hesitant.
Do you think his aggressiveness? Because I felt like he was a little bit more aggressive tonight. Like he did have that nice like floater off the backboard lay-in that I thought was like, why are you not doing that more? But I wonder if his aggressiveness a little bit led to some of the fouls.
Yeah. A little bit on defense. Like he kind of, again, it's between the refs were being kind of BS tonight and him being a little bit too antsy. He being a little too antsy, like,
Shout out to Amy Parker. Oh, sorry, go for it.
No, I was gonna say like it would be like the refs were calling like little contact. Like basketball's a contact sport, so they like this little ticky tack contact. I'm like, how you guys are not letting that go in preseason? It's like a little contact.
Yeah. No, they were playing way tight, but shout out to Amy Parker. Cam needs Patty's minutes. I will actually agree with that. D'Lo targeted Patty and Cam played great. I mean, matter of fact, Patty was actually cooking D'Lo a little bit, and Cam swatted D'Lo like.
Oh yeah, Cam swatted.
He did put it on there, but appreciate you, Amy.
You had the Cam film?
No. Well, I got three quick things, and then we can go. I don't know if it's Cam, but I had to share this like at a bigger screen. But this was beautiful, dude. Like in between the trees, like
that's Rudy. That's Rudy Gobert food. I should
Kyrie's
barbecue chicken Rudy.
Kyrie's a tree hugger, so he went up in between them, and he's like, "What,
Rudy?
That's you can play this for the rest of the night, and no one.
And just talk. That was one of them. This was the other one. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, that pass. Yeah, that pass was amazing. Oh. That pass was great. Yeah, he's such a gifted passer, bro.
Yeah, like that's going to be beautiful to watch all season. Like,
and
quite honestly.
8 minutes in, they only scored 1 point.
Yeah,
you have guys that 4 and 5 bigger than half of our.
Exactly.
Man,
this shot was nuts, bro. Let's let it reset.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
And then I don't have his 4.1 queued up, but That 4-point play shot, that was beautiful to watch
Yeah.
as well.
KD was on fire like the first quarter, yo. He was on fire. Like he couldn't miss. What were we talking about?
Omar, pause, bro. I don't even want to put Omar's fucking quote.
Don't put it up there. Don't put it up.
I'm not.
Somebody said Cam at the point guard. No, we don't. It's not going to be Cam at the. Well, I don't think so in the beginning of the season because it's going to. I think Seth is going to be playing.
Push him. Yeah,
they're trying to turn him into a playmaker.
Push him in there, but
yeah, Seth is going to be that guy to take Cam's minutes when he comes back.
Cam just seems like he's still like you see him making definitely an effort in comparison to last year and watching him now. He's definitely looking a lot more
Better.
To pass the ball and move the ball around in comparison to last year. So I will give it like you can tell and that's going to take time. Here's a guy that literally all of his life from high school to college was told, here's the ball, go score. And he never had to really. And now that he's in a situation where he's not like the elite scorer, you know what I mean? Like he's got to change his game, and it's going to take time.
I was gonna say his shot selection is a lot better this year. Like I remember last year, he would kind of like struggle with what am I gonna do? When am I gonna shoot it? Shoot it too early. Now he's patient. He waits for the play to develop. He knows when to go to the basket, and then he tries to play make. Like it's a lot better than last year. I feel like his shot selection is a lot better. And like Saint was saying, his playmaking, he's working on it. He's trying to get guys involved. I think he tried to throw an alley to Dameron.
Yeah, I think that too many guys in there, but
yeah.
I mean,
he's making an effort to be the playmaker. But like I said, he's a sophomore, so he's not going to get the time that we really want unless somebody's out or somebody. Well, I don't think he will. Maybe let me know in the chat. Do you guys think Cam is going to get the time when everybody's back? Do you think Nash is going to keep playing him with the?
But that's the big question, right? Like, and then I'll throw it to Chubbs. But like, you got to. Royce looks great right now, right? And if I'll be honest, I want Royce to start. Quite honestly, I could understand. Like, I just don't see Seth or Joe coming back at the start of the season and then them throwing him right in as starting. Like, I have a feeling Royce is going to be your starter, and then as you see Joe and Seth comfortable, then you're going to see a shifting of the lineup because, like, I just can't imagine that if Joe and Seth are back, like, how much is that going to push Patty back? How much is that going to push Cam back? I think it's just also going to depend on the setup.
Then you got TJ Warren in November.
Yeah, but I have a feeling, though, it's going to take a minute for those three guys to kind of warm up. I have a feeling you're probably going to see maybe Cam and Patty a little bit more in the beginning of the season than you want to, but I think that's only going to be because of getting Joe into game shape, getting him ready, getting Seth ready, and getting TJ Warren. Once that happens, I could see Patty losing minutes. I could see Cam losing minutes. I could even see Utah losing minutes, right? Like,
I don't want that to happen.
Especially if I don't want it to happen, but come on, let's be honest. If TJ Warren comes back and plays anywhere remotely close the way we want him to, right? Like, I don't think anybody thinks like TJ Warren is going to be bubble Warren, right? Like, I don't think anybody thinks that. But if those three guys come,
no one's thinking that.
Yeah, nobody's thinking that. But if those three guys come back and play the way we want them to play, you're gonna have to move those minutes around. You're gonna have to move around Utah. You're gonna have. I mean, not forget Morris. Morris, I think, might be okay just because he can play bigger.
People don't forget, like, TJ Warren is also 6'8", so it's like he's tall. It's not like he's like, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly, I think those are good problems.
I think TJ, he has to be locked in defensively too, because this team don't come in here and think you're gonna be lottie-dottie on defense. Because the energy that Katie and Kyrie are taking it serious, this defense, we're taking it serious this year. I don't think they're going to I have a feeling they're not going to be able to put the narrative, oh, the Nets are not a defensive team. They're trash defensively. You can take advantage. Like, I feel like we're going to put that away. Bro. Yeah.
Even Morris, to your point, what you're saying, even Morris has got cement feet, but he's still like.
He's even playing defense, like I said. So.
Did you read this super chat, by the way?
No, I didn't. Shout out to Paul. He said ball movement needs to stay for the rest of the season. Yes. Yes, it does. We need ball. We're a better team when the ball's moving.
Oh God, I gotta address this because he keeps like spamming this. How do you feel about Ben in the playoffs? I am fine with Ben in the playoffs right now. I don't even want to get into that discussion. We're gonna have a full season of Ben. I guarantee you the Ben you see now is not going to be the Ben that you see at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Barring he stays healthy, I'm sure he's going to get more comfortable in them finding an offensive game plan for him. But tell me one thing I haven't heard anybody complain about. Is anybody unhappy with his defense?
Nope.
Is anybody unhappy with his passing ability
No.
and what he's doing for this team? The scoring will come. We've all said this a million times. AJ has said it. I've said it. I know Chubbs has said it. Other people on Twitter. We didn't need Ben to be an offensive juggernaut. What he's doing, like, if you can't recognize what Ben is doing for this team right now, just in the 4 games that we've played, you're not paying attention, right? Like, he is allowing us so many other avenues that, like, because we have the scoring we have, because we have KD, because we have Kyrie, and then you add those other shooters when they're back, it's not going to be as bad as people think. Yes, where there'll be moments that will come up and we'll be concerned about him, like, hitting a free throw. Like, I don't even care about him, like, going to the rack and scoring. What I care about is the free throws. That's my biggest concern. Outside of that, I could care less if dude gives me 7 or 8 points, but has a ton of defensive numbers.
Personally, I think Ben's going to be great in the playoffs. The only thing is the free throw demons. That's the only thing, because we don't need Ben to score 40. We don't need to, like, everybody on Twitter is like, oh, we only had 2 points. Who cares? You know,
you don't
we
even
won by
need Ben
30.
to score more than 15 points.
Yeah,
you almost don't even need him to score 10.
Yeah.
Didn't he average like 20 in the playoffs? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, who cares about
versus the Heat with no Embiid? Did he not score 20 or 21 points on what are we doing? Like,
I feel good about Ben in the playoffs, but it's just the free throw thing. If the free throw thing becomes a too much of an issue for him, we might have to sit him, like, at the end of the game. That's what I'm thinking. And, like, fourth quarter, if it becomes a thing. But like I said, we have a whole year. Ben could get over it. Like, Ben could follow through, and, like, his free throw could improve. And like Saint was saying, he has a whole year to conquer those free throw demons, you know? And it's not like he has any pressure on him, because all the pressure is on KD and Kyrie. Like, pressure's not on Ben. The internet is going to pressure Ben, because the internet, literally, Ben walks outside and they're like, oh my God, Ben walked outside. And it's the ESPN highlight. It's the ESPN headline. Ben Simmons walked outside. You know, it's like the internet's going to put pressure on him. But the
oh my God,
pressure,
Ben almost tripped. He can't.
Yeah, it's like Ben tripped over. Ben tripped over the sidewalk. Let's talk.
On top of that, like, let's not act like the situation in Brooklyn for Ben is the same as it is in Philadelphia. It's not the case.
No.
Ben didn't have as many shooters here as he did in Philadelphia. Like, please put that to bed. Like, are we going to ignore, like, the only superstar outside of Ben was Joel Embiid? Like, are we not going to know if Joel Embiid was slowed down on any Philly team they had that year? Like, the Sixers were going to not make it that far? Like, compared to Brooklyn, where we have endless shooters. Literally, both of our stars are supreme shooters. We have multiple 40% three-point shooters. Like, this is literally, if you surrounded Ben Simmons with the best stars you can, it's literally this team.
Yeah.
This is the best situation for him possible. Like, literally.
Can I ask you guys a question in chat as well, right? Say Ben never gives you more than 10 points. Say Ben gets better at free throws, maybe close to 60%, but you never really see Ben be that massive offensive threat. Are you telling me that you would like to get rid of what he's doing offensively, passing the ball, getting players involved, and the defensive aspect of it? I get what people are saying about him, and there is some truth to it, right? Like, we're not going to sit here and pretend like Ben doesn't have some, like somebody said, like, his demons. Like, Ben has some issues.
Yeah.
But are what we're seeing so far, like, is that enough for, like, see, that's the thing. Like, from
that's not enough for me to quit on him.
No, see, from what I'm seeing from him right now, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'm not freaking out. I'm not like, oh my God, we got to trade him. He's trash. He's this, because I do think he is going to get better going to the rim, laying it up, dunking. I think you're going to see more of that as he gets comfortable. I think more often, like Ben here, what did he say right here?
Honestly,
I think as time goes on, you're going to see more things open up for Ben going to the rack. I guess is my point, right? Like,
I was gonna say I loved every preseason game he's played. Was great. It was fine to me, except for the second one, except for the Miami, the one that me and Chubbs went to. That was probably his worst game. But the other three, like, I think he played pretty well. Like, the defense was good, the passing was good. And then this last two games, he was aggressive, And like Saint said, we're not gonna give up on Ben just because we didn't bring him here to score. We have so many, like I said, we have generational scorers on our team, 2 generational scorers, and we have TJ Warren, who's a great scorer. Cam is a scorer. Like, guys can score on this team. So it's like, we don't need Ben to drop 40, 30, 20. We just need him to play his role, And the only thing that I want him to do is conquer the free throw demons. Because if he hits free throws, do you know how lethal that is? Because Ben, if he's able to hit free throws, he's gonna go to the basket all the time. It's gonna be like Giannis. Because Giannis can hit free throws now.
The new rule this year too.
Yeah, the new rule.
Like the take foul is like free throw and possession. Yeah.
If he hits free throws, bro, it's over because, like I said, there's no one be able to stop him. He's 6'10", he's fast. He gets to the rim. He's gonna get fouled. He's gonna hit those free throws, and then it's, like I said, it's easy buckets. But let me go to the next. We'll go to the next topic about Royce and Joe because this is a heavy topic. No, me and Zane were talking about this, and we're saying like we think that Steve Nash might just mess around, even though Royce had 4 great preseason games, 4 good games. We think that Steve Nash might mess around and just put Joe in there on October 19th. Do you guys let me know in the chat how you guys feel? Do you think Steve Nash is going to override? Like, Royce was good, but Joe's the guy. I'm sorry. Like, you remember they on the Yes Network they put the projected starting lineup.
Oh yeah, that's right before we got on. Yeah,
it was like Joe Harris.
Like, oh shit! Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. But AJ, put it like this: there's just no way they're gonna do that because number one, he only played 1 preseason game.
So I was like, come on.
And mind you, I was there for the first 2. And the one when he played, he looked the rustiest out of everybody.
Yeah,
out of everybody. On top of that, he's coming off 2 botched surgeries. So he's really going to look the most out of everybody. On top of that, he literally only played 1 game.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you're throwing him in a game that a pretty big opponent. He got, well, I don't know if Zion's playing, but it's still a pretty good team. And he only played 15 minutes, 11 minutes of playing time overall? Yeah. And they said I had to rest him for soreness, but he had to get extended rest. And we were at practice in the park, AJ. You said, yo, he does not look good.
No, he doesn't. He didn't look good. They could be lying to us because I know all these updates are coming from Nick Friedel, and I don't trust Nick Friedel. Like, all these Joe quotes, I'll be seeing Nick Friedel like, "Oh, Joe is feeling better. Joe is feeling better."
When have they ever been fully? I mean, somebody asked it before. We're probably not going to see TJ Warren until sometime in November. That's one. So with that's already been thrown out there. Seth, the latest that they said on Seth is that he looks like he's. I bet you Seth could play now, but I think they're just being extra cautious with him. I think he'll be ready for the start of the season. Joe Harris, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure, but it just. I think it's safe to say that Royce. There's no way Royce doesn't start for this team right now. Now, I'm not saying that you have that it changes later, but there's just no way with what they've let us know about the players that are injured, especially Joe, is giving me no indication that says, oh, Joe's going to be ready to go and locked on and no holds bar. Everything's going to be great. And he's going to be right in there to start. I don't see that.
And for what it's worth, if Zion does play, you want to throw him out here against that because he's gonna play the 4 or the 3. You want to?
It's probably gonna be it's probably gonna be Zion, Steven Adams on that team. Steven Adams on that team?
He's on the Grizzlies.
Oh my god, who's their center?
Valanciunas.
Oh, I'm sorry, Valanciunas, Zion, C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, right? That's their team. Am I missing somebody?
I think Herb Jones would be in there too.
Herb Jones, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it'll be
that's
Zion, Ingram, Herb Jones, Valanciunas, and
that's an athletic. See, that's an athletic winning
McCollum. So
team. Like that's yeah.
you
You
want to
don't
throw
want
Joe out against that?
to.
Kind of
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Well,
crazy.
think about the
Yeah.
first 5 games. You're telling me you're going to throw Joe right into the fire as a starter in those first 5 games?
But I'm
And I'll
saying,
guarantee you, KD is going to be. If what I think is happening is that now you're probably having the players more vocal with the coaching staff. Like, I just can't imagine they're going to be like, yeah, throw Joe in there. Especially as good as we've looked the last, I'll just say since Royce has been there, and then especially the last 2 games, how well we've looked with Royce. And let's be honest, like, they've done a great job of rotations these last 2 games.
I agree.
You know, and they've made it work. And I think having somebody like Royce has made that transition to that second unit better, especially when Ben sits down, knowing that Royce is still there. I think that's the other thing that I think Royce, that I haven't really heard anybody talk about, is when we've talked about, well, what would happen when this person goes to the bench? And that, like, Royce is giving you more. Like, say you decide to sit Ben first and you still have KD and Kyrie, like, Royce is still impacting that. Like, he's giving you almost like he's giving you starting level, like,
4 steals
playing
tonight.
Yeah, so it's like it's not as bad as it was in past seasons, where if you sat down one of the big 3, what was surrounding KD and Kyrie? Joe Harris, like Patty Mills, like, you weren't like,
That was something like
Mike
something
James.
ridiculous, and it's like Royce.
Harry, like we
Bruce
had
Brown.
some names around the big 3, man.
Yeah. Mark the True said that starting lineup look good, too good to change. Shout out to Neo. He said Joe needs to come off the bench. He can't guard starting rings. I'd rather him try to guard the other team's bench. I agree. Shout out to somebody said, I think it was SK. He said Igor brought us out the isocentric basketball. Thank God for Igor. Yeah. Shout out to like I said, when he came to this team and I was looking up what's going on with Igor, like he's literally like been all around the world coaching and he knows offense. Like that's his thing. Yeah.
That put it this way, I believe he was the coach in that video that got viral one point. He was cussing out Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this was a good one. This was a good time. He's
an experienced coach, man. He's a good coach. Marquise Simmons, Royce is a great locker room guy too. Yeah, he is. So yeah, well, like I said, well, hopefully we'll see, man. That October, now preseason is done and we're waiting for game 1, the opening night. We'll see what they do with Royce and Joe.
Okay, so AJ, let me ask you a question. If he's a great locker room guy, does he immediately get a pay raise now?
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm non-insightful for bashing Patty. Fuck, I don't give a fuck.
I can't get over how Jay called him Pay Raise Mills.
It's becoming
Mills.
Jay from VK calls his new nickname for Patty is Pay Raise. He's like Pay Raise Mills, which is funny. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jay's going heavy on that dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, and let's not fully drag him. Patty Mills was a rock for us last season in the first half.
Yeah.
Dude played out of his mind. And matter of fact, to that one dude that kept getting on me for saying I was a battered scav, show your face, talking bad about Patty Mills. You're probably new here, and I heavily recommend you to go back to the catalog when my co-host Saint said, if you were to trade Ben Simmons for Patty Mills, would you do it? And I stood 10 toes in saying no.
No.
I flat out said no. That's how much of a rock Patty Mills was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But but unfortunately, second half kicked in. Those minutes were taxing.
Yeah.
And he just fell off.
If you're new to the channel, I don't know if you can find it. I wish I saved it. It was almost like we were foreshadowing
the game
future.
Too.
Yeah, and I
gotta find that clip. I gotta go in the archives and find it.
Would you trade Ben Simmons for Patty Mills? And everybody was like,
everybody in chat was like,
was killing me.
Ben
Oh,
Simmons.
I think
Yeah,
I know the
like-
stream. It was when we lost to the Sixers and Embiid and KD fought. It was that stream. Had to know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
All right, I might have to go back and find it. Now that you pinpoint it, I'll probably find it.
I'm
I'll find
slowly
it.
falling in love with this guy right here. This Gru look at this.
Yo, that's
This-
so fun.
this,
Yo, did me and Chubbs tell you when we
He
were
looks like
walking
from the Minions movie. This is Gru right here. That's his nickname, bro.
That's
at,
Gru.
at practice in
That's
the park,
Gru, bro.
we were walking back to the car and we saw Igor literally like he was having dinner, I think. Wow. Was he having drinks or dinner?
It was a cafe. He was probably having like lunch or something. But yeah, like
Yeah.
me and Asia are walking, and you know how and if you are by that area, you know that pier. It's like it's mad industrial and all that. We have like little restaurants out.
Like you don't know if they're packing fish or they're packing cocaine in a box. Is that like what you're saying?
Facts in that part.
That's what it looks like.
But as we walking, I'm just looking. I see a couple guys in like those Nets jumpsuits, and I look and I'm like, yo, those people look familiar. It was Brian, Keith, and Igor.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, yo, AJ, look.
Because I didn't notice until I passed, and I was like, oh, it is Igor. But I was like, I wanted to say something, but I was like, I don't want to be that guy to interrupt their like drinks and stuff like that. Like, Coach Igor.
We're getting a bagel. Leave him alone.
I don't want to be that guy. So I interrupt them and be like, hey, Coach Igor. Hey. But yeah.
Oh, shout out to Ivan. Ivan was saying, I'm Italian and in Italy, Turkey. Igor was not a super great coach. Anyway, he's better than for sure for Nash. I mean, I've heard mixed. I'll be honest. I've heard some mixed things on Igor.
I didn't say
I've heard like people really prop him up. No, but I'm just saying like I've heard really mixed reviews. Like some people like Igor's trash, but then I've heard saying, hey, like offensively he has a good mind. Maybe not as an all around head coach.
I never said he was a good head coach. I said he has an offensive mind. Like he's a good assistant offensive coordinator. If that's what you want to call it. I know this is basketball, but offensive coordinator, he's good at that. I'll say that. I never said about head coaching and all that.
Shout out to Elijah Hall. How many people do we get rid of? And it's funny seeing the Lakers get killed by the Kings. Well, the Lakers don't have Anthony Davis. Not a surprise.
Oh, because of the back soreness.
No Westbrook. Yeah.
Yeah, Westbrook had to walk off. Prayers to him. Hope he's better.
What happened on Westbrook?
Hey, bro, can I also share?
I don't know. I
he got hurt. What did Bron play tonight?
Yeah, Bron did, but I think he's out, and they're just playing scrubs right now.
Yeah, the Lakers are a mess.
I do have. Speaking of the Lakers and Anthony Davis, bro, this has to be the funniest fucking thing that I've seen on Twitter today.
Yo,
Anthony Davis threes.
The Anthony Davis threes, yo, that is insane, yo.
Bro, I lost it when I saw this today.
Yo, when you sent me that in the chat, I was dying, yo.
Anthony Davis threes. Oh, that reminds me when they did a meme like the Kobe Bryant 26s or something, and there was a boot with a Kobe symbol on it, and that's when he tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
that was literally like that, man.
Those are.
I feel bad because I've made a couple I am in Cali, but I made a couple friends like in Twitter. Like shout out to Tony Vega and Alan Bravo.
Oh, the Laker Nations.
Yeah, like they're cool, dude. Like they're the kind of guys that you can actually sit and have a conversation with, and they keep it real. I don't know if they're watching, but Tony Vega, Alan Bravo, and I'm in a little group chat with them, and I hit them with that like Anthony Davis threes, and even they were dying, bro. Like,
that's hilarious, bro. Like he really,
they're down like 30 right now, bro. And but they got all their role players in, like they're not.
They don't have no bench, bro. Like I said, they have really bad issues,
dude.
Bro. And they're toxic. Like Pat Bev and Russ, I know they're gonna figure the love all they want, but they really do not like each other, bro.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight.
They're gonna fight.
Pat Bev has done some dirty stuff. I actually am starting to enjoy him, watching him a little bit more than I ever thought I would. But
Pat Bev,
I can't lie, I don't rock with Pat Bev for what he did to CP3.
Oh,
it was pretty funny.
Didn't he like punch him?
He literally pushed him.
Oh no! He shoved him. He shoved him. Like
he pushed him in the back, kind of like how Morris got pushed. Like I don't think as hard as Morris, but he pushed him. He pushed Chris like that. Like
that could have hurt him.
You could have hurt his neck up.
Honestly, I hate Pat Bev with a passion, but like if he was on my team, I can understand why people like him. But if he was on the team, like if he was on my team, I wouldn't hate him. Like I would be like, yeah. But
Well, he's got
opposite
to. I
teams,
mean,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah,
People
but-
say like, yeah, opposite. I mean, I think the thing that I like about him is that he's a shit starter. You can see he gets in people's heads. But from what I understand too, other like players like him. Like they just his attitude is infectious as far as like getting things going. But yeah, Westbrook has hamstring injury tonight.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's like I
Oh,
think
wow.
my hand like whether he's winking saying his hamstring hurt or he legit has an issue, but yeah, he's out of the game, hamstring issue.
That's
And
a
I said
bigger
it-
blow. That's
I said in the beginning.
bigger blow. Yeah.
Yeah, I said in the beginning of the year when like as soon as that Pat Bev trade happened, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the most toxic locker room in the NBA. Like I knew it was gonna be the most
Yeah.
toxic locker room. Like
And
that's
people
toxic.
wonder why we didn't trade for Westbrook and give them Kyrie and take their 2 picks and give them. Gee, what else was it? Oh yeah, you're totally
Joe
going to give us
Harris.
Kyrie,
Curry.
Joe
Oh, yeah,
Harris,
Joe Harris, yeah.
and something else for Westbrook and 2 picks. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
Nah, but
It was
if you
good,
look at
DJ.
it- oh, what's good, DJ? But that Westbrook injury is very critical because the whole point of Westbrook
DJ?
being on the Lakers
Mhm.
was to take the pressure off AD and LeBron. Like if AD
Yeah.
goes down or LeBron, with his age, he got to rest. He's meant to be there, to run the show. And him being injured, that roster gets immediately worse.
Yeah.
Immediately. And Dennis Schroeder's out with a finger injury. Oh yeah, it's clipped. It's clipped.
Oh yes. it
It's
clipped.
done. It's done.
If you join us right now, we're just recapping the game. Make sure you guys hit that like button. The Nets blew out the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kyrie led. I forgot how many points Kyrie had. Kyrie led in scoring. It was a great game tonight. It was a KD Kyrie show. Ben fouled out though. That's the only thing. But on to the game. On to the final, the big game, man. Should we do a little Pelicans preview before we wrap this up? A little Pelicans preview. I forgot. Did we have another topic? I felt like we had another topic before it, but nah. I think we.
Nah, really not. Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a little Pelicans preview. Somebody said, "What do you think Sharper's potential this season?" Back of five. I think that's what Sharp is shooting for. I don't think every team is going to be different. Like I said, it's how Nash is with the teams. He's gonna do the switcheroo every time because he got to match up with our opponents. But there's going to be games where you'll see Markieff at the 5. Some nights at the back of 5. There'll be probably games you'll see Dayron at the back of 5, like tonight and against the Bucks. Bigger teams. So he's gonna be crucial. I think Sharp's gonna be crucial. A lot of people were tagging me about Derek Favors. I don't want Derek Favors, but I understand why people would want him because he's another big body. He's another center that you could use. Like some people don't trust Dayron, so they want Derek Favors to come home again. Derek Favors, you know how Derek Favors. We've had Derek Favors. Like you guys know about Derek Favors.
The AJ here, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
And this is where you have contracts like Patty Mills' contract comes into problems, or contracts like all the non-guarantees. We're maxed out at the moment. Like we're bringing someone in, we gotta cut somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
we have to cut somebody.
So we gotta either cut. We have the choice of Utah, Morris, or Sumner, I believe.
Right.
And it's unfortunate Sumner might be the odd man out because.
so wait, you're saying we have to cut one of those guys?
We gotta cut one
If
of those
we
guys.
want if Nets because Nets I hate when
Oh
Nets
yeah,
Nation
if you wanted to bring somebody.
Nets Nation always does this. Whenever somebody gets waived or balled out, they're like, "Yo, he's coming to the Nets." Like,
Yeah.
y'all
But
gotta
then you don't
understand.
realize who you got to cut.
Yeah, you gotta realize y'all gotta give up somebody. Like, we can't just add these guys to our team like that.
Oh yeah, Chiozza. I forgot. Yeah, we can probably cut Chiozza and bring him in then.
I hope
No,
the guy they don't
Chiozza's
use
not on
him.
a he's on an exhibit. Like he's on a training camp deal.
Oh,
I do
Yeah.
like.
There's only
I
without
do think a trade is coming. With
Yeah,
it, you know,
I was
what
gonna
I'm
say without
saying?
Yuta and Markieff, it's two. We only have 2 spots. So if you take away Yuta and Markieff, there's 2 spots open.
How Matt? Did you not watch Dayron tonight? Did
He
you
says he's not
watch?
a fan of Dayron. Oh,
but here, well, okay, let's get a little realistic.
short. He's 6'9".
It's not too out there to not trust Dayron yet. Like let's be real here. It's
No,
not
but
too
for
out
what he's coming in, I think he's perfect for what he's coming in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's
Like I'm
doing
not
it.
I'm not saying he needs to be a starter, but like what he can provide, the way he's played the last 2 games, like
Mhm.
he's doing exactly what you want him to do.
Yeah, but you I hate this term, but you still got to factor it in. It is the preseason, and he did have his, as much as he had his
He
best
had his 2
moments.
games of the 2 games of mid. The 2 games of mid.
Yeah,
Well,
the
yeah,
highs, the
but
lows are just as low as are. It's
Me
the lows are low, but the
me
highs are also.
personally, I want to go forward with Daron at the backup 5, but a lot of Nets Nation doesn't trust him and they want to get a veteran guy.
I okay, listen, if you got me a more veteran guy
Mm.
that could play, yeah, I'd slide Dayron down. But for what we have at the moment, I like listen, I don't think like Clax is gonna have his games where he's booty, right? Like
Mhm.
I still look at certain players on this team that they're gonna have stretches of like decent games and stretches of some bad games.
Oh yeah,
And I think
you can't play
Sharp is
every
one
game
of the,
perfectly.
like Cam Sharp, like Cam like I kind of like if I had to put it in order, like Sharp is the necessity, Cam comes second, and this is necessity. I'm not talking about skill. I'm not talking like we need Dayron right now, right? Like
Yeah, we do.
we need him
Most
until you
definitely.
can get another big in there.
Just
Like
off of the injuries and death purposes, we need him because just in
yeah,
case something happens, like, God forbid,
I mean, and let's be
just in
honest,
case
I
something
feel a
happens,
little bit better with how I've seen our um, a little bit how I've seen our defense. I'm a lot happier and don't really care too much. Like I'm not as concerned about the center position as much as I was, just because of how good our defense has been. It's
Yeah.
taken a little pressure off that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are we gonna do? Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about the Pelicans preview a little bit of Pelicans preview.
Oh boy.
Uh,
So did Zion?
Safe to say Zion's the X factor if he plays.
Somebody
I
said Zion
haven't
got. That's
really.
not true though. He didn't get hurt, right? Somebody said he got hurt.
No, he got hurt. It was an ankle soreness. Like he twisted his ankle.
He sprained his ankle.
It
Oh
looked
hey,
like a
real
sprain to me, but
Mhm.
there's people saying he could come back. It looked like a straight sprain to
He
me.
should be back for he got how many weeks? He got a couple more days.
hey, you know what? One last thing on Dayron. You can I get what you're saying now, Mac, but let's be honest, at least he can hit his free throws. Something that 2 players that are on our team defensively can't do.
Mm,
Like I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong. He actually can shoot. He actually is decent around the basket. Um, yes, he's an offensive rebounder, something that we have needed. So there's a necessity there. But let's be honest, he can actually shoot and hit his free throws. He's a better free throw shooter than Ben and Clax. So to some level, he is needed at the moment. I mean, unless you're going to give me a really good replacement, I mean, that's the only way he slides down, or I even think about trading Dayron is if you give me something better than that. Something,
yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to get rid of. I mean, I'm not trying to get rid of Daron. I like Daron.
yeah, they had a good. I mean, but
I like our young core,
Dayron
bro.
had
I like
13
everybody in our young
rebounds,
core.
15 points, 5 for 5. Like that's still a good game. We can't
Yeah,
sit here and pretend like he's trash. You know?
yeah. I love our young core. I like our young. I know people don't want our young core because we're trying to get a championship, but if you're a Nets fan, you're gonna want. We have a small window, and Katie and Kyrie are not gonna play forever. So, when Katie and Kyrie leave, we're gonna need guys here to keep the ship running, and I don't want to lose those guys.
But you got to look at it like this: people expect our young guys to take
Crazy leap,
a John Morant level 1
John
year
Moran.
leap.
Yeah,
Yeah, like John
1
Morant was
year you
getting
gotta
a
be
cool
here.
20 points, then he just started going crazy.
Yeah,
People expect that, but no. Jordan Poole only started getting busy in year 3.
yeah,
I'm like, yo, this takes time. Like this
yeah.
stuff takes time. It's literally like hitting the lottery if your rookies come out playing like that. The Warriors hit the lottery with Kuminga, Moody, and all that. They hit the lottery.
They selected some great. I mean, you
We
got
got
to
to think
give
about
them
it.
their scouting.
They were trash
Yeah.
for a long time, and they had a whole bunch of picks. So it took them a while to get those guys. Like I remember every year they were kind of bad. There was one time they were the worst team in the league, and there was, like I said, they had to go through it.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
question:
draft
Do you think
that's the lottery? Sorry.
Do you think like no? I mean, do you think like Cam, Kessler, and Dayron are going to take a leap in the next like season or two?
No reason to say
Like we're seeing because listen, like when Poole came in, Poole wasn't good when he came in, right? And
No, he
you've seen
wasn't.
him completely like there's been a handful of players that have come in and didn't look good at all their first season, sometimes even their second, but then like third, fourth year they became completely different. I guess my question is, do you think those three guys are capable of really making that complete, where they become more of a complete player?
I think it's going to take a little bit. I think it's going to take time because they might not get a lot of playing time this year. Last year, well, depending on injury, barring injury, they might not get playing time this year.
Yeah, man.
A lot of playing time this year.
They got.
Let's be honest. Were they getting the playing time? Like I think it was actually a stroke of luck for us last year for them.
Oh, yeah,
like
because
I don't.
We were
think
down
any of
bad
us-
last year.
Yeah.
Kyrie was vaccine. Everybody had COVID. It was people were getting injured. Like it was mayhem. But they were shining.
I think it was a blessing in disguise for them because those players were not supposed to get the time that they saw last year. Not even close.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, hopefully they do take a leap, man. I want those guys to develop, man. Everybody in our young core. Somebody said I want Cam to turn into Maxi.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that,
I'm not gonna
but-
hold you. Maxi's looking really good though.
Maxi looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
telling you,
BB
the
said
draft
if
is
Cam
the lottery,
can pass,
man. Draft is the lottery.
I don't know that if Cam can pass, I think he can become like Harden. I don't like. I get what you're saying, but I think I don't know.
Yeah, the draft is a lottery.
He'd have to develop a couple extra sets of eyes in his head.
Yeah, to get like Harden, to become like Harden.
Yeah.
He needs. Yeah. Harden has a nice passing gift too. So, but shoot, the draft is the NBA is a lottery. You know how hard it is to get into the NBA? It's like 0.0000000 like 1%. Like
yeah, but when I say the draft, I mean guys that come in and really
even that
they NBA ready
to come in and be good in the NBA. It's very, 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 very small chance.
Like that's why I say the guys the Warriors picked up. That is rare. All of them are good out the gate like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, it takes time. Like they got the G League and Night and all that, but there's a reason that it's a minor league to a major league. Like there's a skill difference, like this shit.
But you're always gonna have that thing, Chubbs, where if presented with a huge like good piece, do you take the time to keep some of these young guys, or do you use them as trade bait?
I'll say
there's always going to be that discussion, right?
It has to be. It has to be the movement. If we're gonna trade them, it has to be a move the needle. Somebody that's gonna put us at the top kind of trade. Like that's what I think. It can't be no like mid trade. In a hurry. It can't be no mid trade. I'm not trading our good young rookies for. Sophomores for a mid guy or a guy who's gonna be like
Like I'm not trading none of my guys for D'Angelo Russell as some Nets.
Exactly.
I love D'Lo, love what he did. But please, let's put that to bed. Please, let's put that to bed.
Yeah, I'm not trading our young boys for some mid. But we'll talk about the Pelicans. Like, who are you guys mostly worried about? I guess is it Zion, Brandon Ingram going off, CJ McCollum? Who do you think is like?
To be honest with you, I'm not really worried.
Not worried about the Pelicans?
No. I think they're going to be a good team. It's going to be a good battle. Like I'm not saying, but I'm not like, I don't know. Just from what I've seen in the last couple games, like really has changed my perception of where the Nets are. They're a lot better, like a lot further along than I don't think for whatever reason the first two games just weren't clicking.
Yeah.
And just seeing what's gone on, like you can tell they've been working on, like clearly they've been working on something and it's clicking, right? Like I'm sure they were trying to play this type of ball all through training camp, into the preseason, and it's clicking. Like I know, I mean that's the thing, right? Like my question is, who's Ben gonna play? right? Like that's a big.
Yeah, who's been guarding?
Yeah,
Probably
who's been guarding,
Yeah,
right? Because
that
I'm
makes
not
sense.
really concerned about Brandon Ingram, right? Like I'm not really concerned about PJ or CJ. I'm sorry, CJ
CJ.
McCall. Like
Yeah.
not really. If I had any concern and it's a healthy Zion, like who's gonna body
He's such a
up?
hard
Like,
matchup because
yeah,
it's like
he
he's
is.
fast, but he's like so strong. So
Yeah,
it's like
dude.
you don't like. I think the only matchup would be Ben because it's like he don't really have a jump shot either. So it's like you just got to put a body on him and get him off the glass. But sometimes like he faces up on you, he can get by you because he's fast too. So it's like he's
Yeah.
a hard matchup. It's a hard matchup.
Like listen, like I didn't expect Ben. I didn't know what to expect with Ben.
But if Ben could guard
Giannis,
Giannis, he can definitely guard Zion. He can guard
Yeah.
Zion. He can guard Zion.
But shout out
Zion
to
is
it
still
looks like
6'5".
they end.
there is a
what up,
concern
Jay?
with JV.
Oh yeah, Jay gonna put a point. Yeah, I forgot about JV. Yeah. So I mean, you think he's gonna get JV's about to eat up Clax?
Oh man,
he's about to eat up Clax.
Like put it like this: this is the first. This is our next big test. This is our first like legit starting stretch 5.
Yeah.
Like Cat doesn't really. He was a stretch 4 this game. This is our first.
Ben was guarding him, right? Ben was guarding Cat tonight. Yeah,
I believe
early
so.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
because Clax had Rudy on clamps. I remember it early in the game. Yeah, Rudy on clamps.
He had Rudy on clamps last year, but people told me that was a fluke. Okay.
Oh yeah, remember he dunked on Rudy? Yo.
Yeah, I'm like, people like, nah, it's a fluke. Like, nuh-uh.
I remember even the year before that, this Jared Allen was washed. Remember they were like comparing, Jared Allen can't hang with Rudy Gobert.
Like,
and Jared Allen had that game and then just like destroyed Rudy.
I was fighting for my life trying to convince Nets fans to not trade for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a person that told AJ Rudy Gobert with Giannis would be great. Like
yeah,
come on,
bro.
Like let's put shit in perspective.
It's been a couple of years we've heard like Rudy's that guy, and we've had 2 centers that destroyed Rudy, yo. Like, come on, yo.
He's literally, it's him and then there's Miles Turner. It's literally him and then Miles Turner because every time we about to play, I'm like, yo, Rudy's about to eat off us, yo. Miles about to eat. They never do. Especially those last 2 years, we had Blake guarding them. We had guys like Joey switching on him. So
that's a fact, bro. Like they always hype it up too. Like, he can't hang with Rudy Gobert, and then Rudy gets washed. Like, come on, bro.
Yo, that Jared Allen game versus Rudy,
bro, he destroyed Rudy. I think that's what got Jared his money. Honestly, I think that's the game that got Jared that $200 million when he made Rudy look like nothing.
Yeah, man.
Hey Jay, check the DM.
Somebody said Rudy been cheeks, but Nets fans were twerking over. Oh, Jade House.
Yo, people tell me, yo, man, I trade Ben for Rudy right now. I'm like, yo. People say, yo, Rudy can lock up Giannis, man. Are y'all smoking crack? What are we doing? What are we doing? Bro. Like, did we not see when they versed the Clippers, Reggie not Reggie.
Wasn't it Reggie Jackson destroyed
Reggie Jackson, Paul George, and Terrence Mann cook him. They took turns.
Terrence Mann dunked on him. I remember
turns, bro.
Didn't Jalen Brunson cook him too? Jalen Brunson was cooking him.
Yo. He cooked him, but that Clipper series was all I needed to see because at least Jalen Brunson, that was one person. The Clippers took turns, bro. They took turns, and it wasn't like Rudy had to switch on him. They attacked him in his element, the paint. That's where he gets his DPOI semblance from, and they attacked him in that and cooked him every time. Yeah, nah. That's
to me, he's like I said, the DPOIs. I think he deserved 1. I think he deserved 1 DPOY, but the 2, I was like, come on, they're gassing Rudy OD. The second one, I think should have went to Ben that year, but they got, like I said, he's a great defender, but it's not how like the league, because like I said, when the NBA does these awards, it's all about storylines and stories and backgrounds and stuff like that. Like they don't care about literally what's on the court.
Jay's not going to like my comment about how Rudy looked like Kessler Edwards going to the rack. I don't think he'll like I'm going to tell him that if he gets on.
Caleb has to call in, bro.
Can we kill a thing? I would much rather have Mo Bamba than Miles Turner.
I would love Mo Bamba.
Yeah,
we need to settle this. Nets Nation, people are in love with Miles Turner, but Mo Bamba all the way, dude. We need to get rid of that. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah,
more favorable contract too. Like Miles makes too much money to be that injury prone. Like,
I think isn't he on like a 4-year deal, like super low?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bamba fits. I mean, listen, I'm not saying we don't have to worry about the Pelicans, but it's going to be a good game. I'm just not as.
There's a lot of matchups. There's a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
Interesting matchups like CJ versus Kyrie, KD versus Brandon Ingram.
Because we're asking, well, who's gonna cover Ingram? Who's gonna who the fuck's gonna cover Kevin Durant? Who's gonna cover Kyrie? There is an aspect where
I'm sorry.
It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah. I'll say this, and I'll bet money on it. There's someone that's going to handle the ball, and Jose Alvarado is going to do his thing.
Yo,
y'all
somebody say that?
Know immediately what I mean when Jose he's going to sit there, camp, like, wait a minute, act like nobody see him, and then just do that little annoying ass. He said
Jose Alvarado about to rip that ball from Patty. Give me that.
You notice how I was saying Patty? I didn't even say his name, right? You know it's gonna be.
You knew who I was talking to. See, that's bad. Yeah, you didn't even have to say his name. You know exactly.
Nah, man. See, the chat's gonna come at us because they're gonna say we're Patty haters, bro. The chat's gonna.
No, listen, bro. Come on. I love Patty, right? I like him, but he's and Patty stepped up when he needed to last year. You know, I mean, it was bad, but like Patty just doesn't.
But to the Patty Mills fans out there, shout out all my Australians, love y'all. To the Patty Mills fans out there, when Patty Mills was on the Spurs, he didn't even play this much. When he won championships on the Spurs, he didn't play as many minutes as Nash is giving him right now and last year. Like he never played this much minutes, bro. Like that's how much like minutes we're giving Patty. Even in Patty's prime, I don't even think he was playing this much.
And on top of that, you got to look at it like this. Look at the names we could have potentially signed or traded for. Jaden McDaniels. Who else? What's that wing from the Pacers? Jalen Smith. All these names, if we didn't sign Patty Mills. And matter of fact, going back, we could have signed Jeff Green.
But remember when we got Patty, we were all thought that was a good pickup.
Yeah, we thought it was a good replacement. Not replacement.
But let's be honest. I mean, we're only seeing Patty because people are injured once again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just unless we get some favoritism going on once everybody.
He did carry Team Australia, but that's the World FIBA. That's not NBA. That's not the NBA. I'm saying when he was on the Spurs, bro, Patty's never been like a ton of minutes kind of guy. He was always a come off the bench kind of Manu Ginobili, sixth man, seventh man, play little limited minutes guy. He was never like play heavy minutes kind of guy in the NBA.
I can't lie. You can't put Mano's name and Patty in.
Don't put Manu and Patty. Damn.
You can't put that in the same sense, bro. That's disrespect.
They were on the same team though.
Nah, man. Not the way he's playing now, bro.
Patty getting paid for screaming big juice.
Nah, you're right though. You're right. I mean,
I
don't know. I guess it depends how you see it. But you're right. But I'm just saying he was in that type of role. Like he was never like he was a bench guy coming off the bench. Like Pop didn't play him 30 minutes a night.
Nope.
Popovich didn't play him 30 minutes a night. 20
if anything, he was a Nets killer, but people forget that. He was one of the Nets killers. So it's sad to see, but
someone said Patty is the opposite of Ben Simmons.
Christ.
What up, Jay? Welcome.
It's good, bro.
Yo, what up, everybody? Let me ask: are people still defending 15th man Patrick after tonight?
No.
Hey,
Nobody's
hey,
really defending him in
Hey,
here.
Raise
I will say
Mills?
there's yeah.
Hey, Raise
I like that.
Nobody's
I
really
love that
defending
nickname,
Jay
bro.
Raise
Hey
Mills.
Raise is funny. Hey Raise.
No cap, Jay. Let me tell this. When I started going on Patty, there was one person in the comment section. He's gone now, but he's like, "Yo, how dare you go on Patty Mills like that? Oh, I thought we were getting insightful commentary." I'm like, "Yo, you going this hard for Patty Mills?"
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And it's like, "Yo, we calling out
Was
the
there
dead
somebody in Patty
obvious."
family?
I don't know. He's
We
probably
don't know
from
if they were
Australia. I
Australian. We
even
don't know if it was Patty's family, but
Oh, look
I
at
don't
Cypher with the stats.
Patty has been 4 for 21 field goals in the preseason. Oof.
Yeah, but if you call that out, you're not insightful because you're bashing him. Like what?
Cypher, how many points has Patrick, 15th man Patrick, given up? Because I saw, yeah, I don't know if y'all talked about this, but I constantly and will forever flame the guy that's still loading because
And even
he
Patty
can't.
clamped him up a little
Yo,
bit.
he can't. No, but he can't get by anybody without getting a pick on offense. I saw him blow by 15th man Patrick twice in a row. Like he just went right by him. I was like, what the hell? He's getting by him.
It was
Patrick
literally the
was a
first
cone
time
out
Patrick
there,
hit the
man.
floor. The first time he hit the floor, D'Lo saw red. Literally. He's like, oh, he's there. Oh, it's about to be a good night. Literally. Like the first. And he fell on the floor like, yo, he looked crazy.
Barbecue chicken.
Yo, but didn't Coach Canadian Bacon bring him off the bench first tonight? Like, wasn't he the sixth man?
Every game he's been the first guy off the bench.
Yeah, this can't happen on Wednesday.
Oh
No,
yeah.
we can't. It can't.
Cannot
Well, I
happen
mean,
on
do we
Wednesday.
have
Who's coming off the
choice,
Pelicans
though?
bench, by the way? Do you guys know who's on there? Do they have a good bench? Alvarado and
Larry Nance.
oh yeah, they do have Larry Nance off the bench. Forgot about
Larry
that.
Nance Jr., Jackson Hayes.
Oh yeah, they got a decent bench. Jackson.
Devontae Graham.
Yeah, they do. Have
Oh
a decent
no,
bench.
yeah, their bench is their bench is
They
not
had a good
bad.
bench. They had a good bench.
Devontae Graham is. I like Devontae Graham too. Jackson Hayes, athletic. Oh my, yo, this is gonna be a battle, yo. I'm not gonna lie, this might be a battle on the 19th. Cause
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We don't. I mean, my question for you, and this is why I think we're probably going to see Royce O'Neal start. I just can't imagine that they're going to throw Joe Harris right in the starting lineup and Seth like right off the bat. Like, I'm just not.
I thought they said Seth was out Wednesday.
I thought. Oh, I didn't.
Who
I
said
didn't
that?
see that. I didn't see that. So maybe you're right, though.
I thought Coach Canadian Bacon said that earlier.
Oh,
That
I saw that they said Seth is well, he said Joe was closer than Seth is.
Yeah, and that Seth hasn't even done 5-on-5 work yet.
No, he hasn't. So you think he's not going to play?
Knowing them and how cautious they are, I don't think he's going to play.
Damn, we could definitely use Seth on opening night. I don't know how good, but what like saying we was talking about this before. I want you to take on this, Jay. Like putting Joe out there smart too. Like you see the young guys, like the young guns that the Pelicans have coming off the bench. Is starting Joe or bringing Joe off the bench? Is that like? Do you think we should actually do that, or or we should just keep Joe like out of this?
The silence says it all. The silence says it all, man.
Dude, is Jay still there? Oh, he had to mute. He's muted.
He's muted.
Yo, I promise you, I was just talking and I didn't know I was muted. Nah, I was saying, I think they're going back to what Chubbs just said, yo. I think they're gonna look at Joey like he's Patrick, yo, like he's straight food.
Damn.
And they're gonna try to get the mismatches with him guarding BI.
Damn, son.
And somebody in Spaces said, yo, are you ready for when Coach Canadian Bacon puts Joey in there as the small ball 4? If I see that man guarding Zion,
oh my God,
I'm getting escorted out the glaze, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth it bringing Joe. Like, it's like if he's not ready, I don't think it's worth it. But he hasn't played in a couple weeks now. So it's like, and what I saw at practice at the park, I don't know, man. Like I said, he doesn't look like he's moving like that. So it's like you're gonna throw him in there against Devontae, Zion, Jackson, all these guys, and it's like I don't know, man.
They're gonna bully him, yo, and that's not even a stretch. They're gonna bully him.
Yeah,
Like
it's a little nerve wracking, bro.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I hate how we gonna start off the season. A little bit of injury. I mean, we don't even know if Sumner's gonna play either, or if Sumner's good or not. I need some. Did they give us? They didn't give us a Sumner update, did they?
No, but that's the thing that is still puzzling to me is that how many years in a row have they been doing this? They don't give you injury updates or timelines on anybody.
Yeah.
We literally don't know when TJ Warren is going to be back. We don't know if Seth is going to play on Wednesday. We don't know if Joey's going to play on Wednesday. We don't know what's happening with Sumner, how bad his injury is.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Because I haven't. Have you guys seen him? Is he on the bench, with the hip strain? I haven't seen him on the bench.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him out there the night.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Because he had on a Detroit hat, so I'm thinking he's from Detroit.
Yo, Detroit hat. You better slap that. I'll slap that hat off his head. Detroit hat.
Hey,
put a Brooklyn hat on.
Oh wait, okay. DJ did say Jackson Hayes is injured, and I looked it up. He says he will undergo rehabilitation for the injury and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
Nice.
What happened to him?
Hayes could miss a significant portion of the 2022-2023 season.
Really?
Nice.
What happened to him?
Hey, bro,
A UCL injury.
I'll take it. I don't wish anything on anybody.
That's good for us, though. Yeah.
I remember seeing this when Patty Mills re-signed, and I just found it.
Yo, why you?
That's actually kind of creepy. I can't lie. Did they Photoshop his face or something? That's low-key creepy. Look at what the hell?
Yo, the $7 million.
They didn't. Or it wasn't an official release. They didn't go with it. But
this, you know what it is? This is what the media team was hiding. They didn't want to put this out because they didn't put the big 3 picture out, and they didn't put this picture of Patty Mills out. This is what they were hiding. This is what the social media team was hiding right here, bro.
I have too much time on my hands.
The good vibes there.
I'm just saying, think about the money we could have used. We could have brought back Jeff Green. We could have given that to Jalen Smith, Jaden McDaniels. Matter of fact, what was another guy we could have gotten a TPE or something, or could have gotten on free agency? There was somebody
There was a
else.
couple of guys we could have got with the TPE.
A couple of young dudes, like we could have.
I mean, but and then Jay, answer that, or you guys chat, whatever, whoever. I mean, let's be honest. How much did that Kevin Durant scenario affect, right? Because you go back to like they get Royce O'Neal, and then boom, Kevin Durant asked for it, and then it's just like everything stopped.
Yeah,
it looked like they were on their way to start. I just wonder how much that really killed. Like, I'm curious to see if like there was some legit conversations with some good guys that we could have gotten, like all the guys we keep listing. Like, I wonder if there was any conversations with the caliber of players that we wanted. And then it was like, bam, we got Royce. And then all of a sudden, next thing, KD's like, yeah, I want out of here. And I
remember it like it was yesterday because the timing, the timing of it was so bad because I remember I was like, all right, we're going to get ready because I was like, I'm about to go on stream, free agency.
Terrible, bro.
Remember, he was like, I'm about to go on stream, about to be free agent because we were waiting for that hour because, once the free agent hour hits, it's like, you get all those alerts like Woj and Shams. Then as soon as I'm about to sit down, I hear Kevin Durant requested a trade. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like, but DJ, I get what you're saying, bro, and I'm with you 100% on Sharn, but like, let's be honest, dude. If Kevin Durant didn't ask out and they're talking to other players, if you were any one of these other players that we potentially quote wanted and you literally see Kevin Durant ask for a trade, you are doing an about face and being like, deuces, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
now, I'll argue this, right?
I don't think it's an excuse at all. It's a realistic thing. Like, if you're a player trying to come to the Nets knowing Kevin Durant and Kyrie are there, not making an excuse for Sean Marks because he's done some good and some bad, but it's like, bro, if you were a player looking to come to the Nets and all of a sudden Kevin Durant looks out, how are you telling me that's not changing some people's minds?
But yeah,
I'm not saying it's like the complete whole thing, but it's like
Yeah, because I don't want to come here. I
I'm
mean,
I,
if I'm a,
DJ.
if I'm a
I'm at,
player,
like I'm saying we don't know. I said that's why I asked the question. I said I'd be curious to find out if there were certain free agents or people that were interested in coming here and maybe had conversations, but quickly changed when Kevin Durant asked for. There's no way you can't tell me that didn't affect some players in the league wanting to come to the Nets when he asked out. There's just no way, and that has nothing to do with Sean Marks. I'm not even bringing up Sean Marks.
Yo,
Just
can
let
I
alone.
speak on something that Chubb said that was incorrect, and it ties into this with the Jalen Smith point. Jalen Smith had nothing to do with 15th man Patrick. We could have just signed Jalen Smith with the MLE and given him more money than he went back to Indiana for. And the reason why I'm 100% with DJ on this is because if the idea of signing free agents was affected by the whole KD thing, why did you give 15th man Patrick a raise?
Well, because he's a
you
company man,
definitely
dude. He's a company man.
He's a
He's a
company
yes
man.
man, bro. You know
He's a
that.
company man.
He is he is the yes guy, Jay. He's the yes guy that you've been talking about.
He's a company man. It's
He's a
hilarious.
company man. Like straight up.
I don't disagree with you on that. My problem with that though is if he's such the company man, why didn't you get him at a better price?
Because we've already seen them give people like Steve Nash and Vaughn and all these company men. We've seen them give them outlandish contracts that they have no business getting. So to me, it's not a surprise.
I'll say this because
there's
Sean
no
Marks,
excuse. Like Nicholas Reed, dude, it's not an excuse. I'm not sticking up for Sean Marks because I've been blasting that dude. I'm just saying there's no way you're telling me that Kevin Durant asking for a trade didn't affect some players wanting to come here. Completely separate from Sean Marks. Yeah. Stop thinking the old way of thinking and dumb shit. Like, this has nothing to do with Sean Marks. I think they gave Patty extra money because he was a fucking company man. Like, there's no way you're telling me that players didn't go, oh, Kevin Durant's out of there? Yeah, I'm good. Like, come on, dude. That has nothing to do with Sean Marks.
But here's the point I'm trying to make here. There's moves that no matter what direction we took, we could have been happy with those moves. For instance, if we traded for John Collins, we would have been great if KD and Kyrie were to leave or if they still were to stay. John Collins is a very marketable guy. Athletic, is very energetic. Literally, the girls will literally flock to him. That's a guy you can market as one of your
I love how you just throw that in there. Girls just flock.
Like, come on, like that's a business to it too. That's a part of the business too. So there's moves like that where you can't necessarily say Sean Marks couldn't do anything because let's be honest, this is $1 billion business.
No, I'm not even talking about. Everybody keeps going. I'm not even talking about fuck Sean Marks. I'm not even talking about him. Right. I'm just talking about what players could we potentially think we might have lost out on because KD asked out for a trade. That's all I'm saying.
I think same
nothing to do. You get what I'm saying, AJ? Like, I'm not even fucking talking about Sean Marks. I don't give a fuck about Sean
I know what
Marks.
he's saying. Because it's like, it's not.
I got
you always, the whole world was shocked.
Do you finally get where I'm coming from?
The whole NBA world was stopped. Like, everybody was shocked. We were all like just caught up. So it's like, you would think, like, as a player, you're like, why am I going to the? Why should I go to the Nets?
Dude, that put a stranglehold on the NBA. When he asked it out, everybody was like, what? Like,
but at the same time, we know Sean is not the
exactly.
He's not a free agent. He's not a free agent guy. Yep. Like, he's not the type of guy to be like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna call Jalen Smith right now and I'm gonna offer him money. Like, Sean's not like that. Like, KD's the recruiting part of this team. Like, KD's the kind of, I'm not gonna say he's the GM, but he plays a large part of the recruiting process. Like,
and I will agree with you.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah, Sean's not gonna be like, Jalen,
exactly.
I'm gonna offer you 10 mil, or he's not gonna.
Nah, but I still have a problem with that from this standpoint. If we're saying that, because, and this is where I'll disagree with Saint. KD made that request the day before free agency, right? Something like that. Wasn't it?
Was like, It was probably like a couple hours. It was a couple hours before. I think. What was it?
A
Was it
few
the day
hours
before?
before free agency.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
a few hours.
The way Saint is framing it is that's the first time, like when
No,
free
not at
agency.
all.
No, listen, let me finish.
Mhm.
The way Saint is framing it is that there would have been no contact between Sean and the agents of these teams before free agency began. We know tampering
yeah.
is a
No, I
thing.
think you're adding on to that because that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just it's a simple thing of saying that like when he requested, I'm sure there's players that thought about coming to
No, but
this team may have like been taken
would
about face or said look somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
what
I'm
Jay
not
is saying is
framing it.
that players like before free agency. This is why like we wait for that hour because the GMs talk to the agents before that whole
And we
process
know
of the
Sean
day, the
Marks waits to
hour.
the last minute.
Yeah, exactly. The GMs are
Yeah.
talk to the agents before that hour drops, so they're talking to the guys. Like the deals are basically done. It's
They're
just when the
already
hour
done.
drops is that's when we can officially announce it, right?
And I think Jalen Smith would not fall into that category because we could have given him more money than the Pacers gave
The
him.
Pacers could, yeah.
And he could structure it the exact same way. And to be honest, whether we had KD coming back or not, our team would be better than the Pacers.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, these are two separate things. Am I now? If you want to talk about Sean Marks and the lack of thing, I'll join right along with that. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm not. I'm still
He shoulda-
not like I'm.
Sean
happy
should have
with
had
some
the
of the moves they
Jalen
made, but
instead of the Royce trade, he should have had the Jalen thing on point, like the Jalen Smith deal already ready to go. So that happens right off the bat.
Oh my
Yeah, he shoulda
God.
had that
Okay. I remember who I was trying to remember. Dante DiVincenzo.
oh
Was
yeah,
there
Oh yeah, I
not?
forgot about
Was there
him.
literally not an interview? It's like, yeah, I was low key looking to sign with Brooklyn for the MLE,
Yep.
but you know,
that dude even came in one of our spaces, bro. Around
Oh
that time,
yeah, I
he
remember
even
that.
dipped
Yeah,
in. He even dipped into the spaces.
he did. He came into
And
the
then
net
he was-
spaces, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's not complaining being with the Warriors, but
Yeah, I remember that.
that's true.
Lakers got 50 balled?
50
Damn.
ball, bro.
Damn.
I told you, Russ going down is gonna be bad for them. Look at that, especially
Well,
with
Russ
Schroeder
going
out.
down or Russ not going down is bad.
Wait, what really happened to Russ though? Like, was it a real
It
injury?
just said hamstring. I don't know if it said hamstring tightness or he had a hamstring issue, and he would not be. I don't even know if he started the game because I wasn't watching it, and then I saw it, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he started it and came out or didn't start at all because he was having hamstring issues.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Why are you guys so high?" We're high on Jalen because he's a perfect fit for this team. He's a four-ish power forward wing that can guard on the perimeter. He can switch. He can shoot. You know what I'm saying? He can stretch five. He can put him at the stretch five, which we need. That's what everybody talking about. Stretch five, stretch five, stretch five. You know, we can put him at a stretch five. What is he? 6'10", 6'11"? It's a perfect fit. Wow,
And
that's
Hey,
that's
let
all
me
around.
ask the person who asked that question, and I'm not being funny. It's a serious question. Have they ever watched Jalen Smith play?
Yeah.
No, seriously, and I'm being serious
Mhm.
because if my thing is if you've watched him play, you would understand why we so high on him.
He's good, bro. He's
He
good.
fits exactly what we trying to do.
He's exactly what every
And
Nets fan is complaining about right now. That is what Jalen Smith is, bro. Like defense, stretch five, guard on the perimeter, height. You know what I'm saying? He got everything. But it is what it is. We don't have Jalen Smith anymore. Somebody said Westbrook is trash. Lakers are better off without him. 6'10" can shoot and play defense. Yeah. 6'10", yeah, 6'10" switchable defender that can shoot. Yeah. Perfect. Just perfect for the modern NBA. I don't know if
and a lottery pick 2
Yeah.
years ago.
yeah.
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 Do
I don't know.
you think he's somebody that gets moved this season?
Yes.
Tank for Victor.
Victor, I'd
Yeah,
say
tank for Victor. Pace is gonna tank for Victor, yo.
Tanking's gonna be criminal this year.
Well,
It's
I
gonna
got
be
a
criminal.
question for Jay because let's look ahead to the season and trade deadline. You could make the case that we could be trading. I mean, with the likes of Seth, with the likes of Joe Harris, like I feel like there is a trade coming down the pipeline for us. Like Patty, Seth, Joe Harris, like there, like especially if you want to try and throw Cam in, like there just seems to be a level of a little bit of redundancy again on certain area. Who's going to be the one to go? Like and who are you wanting to trade? Because I do feel like somebody's going to be unhappy with playing time, right? Or you're just going to get dudes are going to get pushed all the way to the bottom of the bench. And I just at this point, like on one level in my head, it tells me Patty and Cam get pushed back a little bit with Seth and Joe coming back, but I'm not sure I trust this team to not keep putting Patty out there, right? Like I wish I could say that, but I'm afraid that there's that company man thing where like, nope, we're putting Patty out there no matter what. Like
Company man.
Like I feel like that. Like it sucks.
There's
Company
DJ
man,
saying Seth and Dayron leaving.
there's
Whoa.
no way
I mean,
Joe's not the first person to leave.
if you
though,
get rid of
because his
Dayron, you better
his
be bringing
contract
in
matches
another.
up, though. Yeah, Joe would be the first. His contract matches up with a lot of the guys everybody wants. Like,
And I know Jay has talked about Seth potentially getting an extension this year too. We've talked about that. Hoping to hear Seth get an extension.
Yeah, but I can't see that with him still being injured.
Yeah, no, obviously not right now. But if he comes back and he plays well, like that's a different discussion. But
he's been looking good in like all the videos they've been showing.
I don't mind, and I don't mind Dayron being on the trading block. But you better be bringing back a damn good center, like because you trade Dayron without replace, like we're already thin at the center position. Like you better be bringing back a center.
Mets fans are so quick for the trades right now. They're really quick for the trades right now.
mm-hmm.
I want to see what happens.
We've been spoiled with a lot of blockbuster trades. Like,
it's like, bro, can we just keep our team for 1 year?
This season is going. There's going to be a lot of movement at the trade. I really believe that. I know people have been talking about that, but it just a lot of teams have gotten a little bit better. I think the East race has gotten tighter. I do think you're going to see a lot of movement, especially with the tanking. You know, teams are lining up, bro.
Yo, hopefully the Pacers tank for Victor and then they give away Jalen. So I mean,
hey, Joe. Don't you want to see what TJ Warren can do before you get rid of him?
He said TJ Warren got to go. I can't.
Like we ain't even seen dude yet.
TJ Warren got to go.
Like, what are we doing?
Yo, you guys are toxic.
And how much are we paying? Man. How much are we paying for TJ?
Gotta be
veteran minimum.
Yeah,
she
he's
gotta
a
be trolling.
Yeah, no, you want to at least see what TJ got before you.
Trolling. Troll alert. Katie was like, "God damn it!"
With
did he really do that?
What's up, bro? You asking who should be traded?
I'm just throwing like a future, like if we're looking in the glass ball.
Look, there are a number of people who should or could potentially be traded. Look. It starts with the 15th man as far as I'm concerned.
You know Patty ain't getting traded, bro.
Listen, but he should be.
He should be, but you already know.
Yeah, but he should be. And
you
then
already know.
Depending on how Joey's recovery is, I feel some kind of way about people and ankle issues on the Nets. So Seth would have to be in that conversation also, because of Darren Williams. For me, there's just no getting around it. That's a real conversation.
It is. People get uncomfortable and get mad at you for raising that conversation.
But wait a minute. Do you know how painful that was? That Darren Williams, up until thankfully Kyrie broke it last year, but that 57-point masterpiece he put on against Charlotte years ago, he was incredible for the Nets. But when Brooklyn came around, that guy was absolutely nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
and it was because he refused to get surgery on his ankles.
Yeah.
And he went and played in Turkey during a lockout, and if memory serves me correct, he got hurt there.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about Seth's ankles too, because he has the Curry. The Curry ankles are not good, yo.
We got like
They're
an ankle
not.
curse, is what we got.
Yeah,
bro.
the Curry ankles. Like I remember last year, he'd be like in and out the lineup. With like some games he'll be able to play, and some games he can't. And then it's like, yeah, I'm a
Yo,
little
but
worried about.
that's what a lot of fans don't remember is that Steph wasn't Steph. Steph's ankles were in shambles.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
he
Like
came here like that.
for the
People
first like
forget that.
3 years, he had ankle problems. Like for like the first 3 years, yeah.
Shout out to Pyro. Appreciate the super chat. Says, what y'all think about Jonathan Isaac?
Oh my God, is he serious?
Do you want every New York stereotype to cuss out in Barclays Center? Besides, he's too busy being a Fox News reporter to even play basketball. Did he even play in the last 3 years?
Yeah, where is he now?
Has he sniffed a basketball court?
He's still injured.
Oh, he's still injured.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even think he's injured. I think he's too busy being a grifter to even care about it anymore. Like logically think about it.
Damn.
That
was mad random, Pyro.
He got that Republican check and left. Like that's the crazy part.
Hey,
Man,
I'll give Pyro his or her props in terms of this. When Jonathan Isaac was playing, he was absolutely perfect for this team. But you all have complained about Kyrie being a distraction.
Woo!
You damn sure don't want him. Come on now.
Hey, JD.
I'll be the first time people will ignore the no cursing rule in Barclays. I'll be the first person to cuss his ass out.
Oh man. Whoo. All I know is I'm ready. I'm ready for opening day. Opening day like it's baseball. Uh-oh, we lost AJ. I'm ready for opening night.
I can't say that I am.
You're not ready? You think it's gonna be bad or what?
It's not about me thinking it's gonna be bad. It's that I'm tempering my expectations.
Like you're gonna be surprised type of thing? Like you
It's no, more so that I've gone into countless seasons in a row expecting us to be something that we've not yet shown.
Fair enough.
So rather than being on the high horse that I've consistently been on, you're gonna have to show me something.
You're gonna come in mid. You're like, fuck it, I'm coming in mid. I'm not.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah, I get that. I'm a little more optimistic than I was. It quite honestly. Now that I see that they're actually I see a much better system being run. Like I'm liking the energy with the defense and whatnot. Like I feel a lot better than I did, because quite honestly, I was extremely nervous. Like, because my thing was like, what are you all doing in practice? Like, and clearly something has clicked. Yes, it's preseason, but something has clearly clicked with this team. Since the last game as well. So I don't know. I'm not on the championship or bust like some people were in spaces earlier. I love Manny to death. I know Manny was like super optimist. Like some people are screaming that, oh, we're winning. It's like, no, I'm not going there, but I definitely think we're going to be a lot better than people are giving us credit for. I've noticed that the last 2 preseason games, there has been most fan bases have been completely quiet. Nobody's really been talking shit, but I don't know. I'm not, we're not going to be scrubs, but I'm not putting us in as number 1 right now.
Definitely not.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I definitely. I mean, is it fair to say top 5 for sure?
Bare minimum. Bare minimum.
Because I don't like somebody like I made a bet with somebody who says, "Oh, we're going to be the 7th seed or lower," and I'm like, "Remember that easy money take?" Like I don't
Easy
see us
money.
easy money.
Easy
Like that's
money.
why I'm like I look at us being somewhere in that top 5. I don't see us lower than that. I just think that's insulting.
It's not insult. That just defeats common sense.
Yeah.
Like I get the East is stacked, but if you think the Nets team, well, yes, we lost the first 2, but what we've shown here that we're not going to be a top 5 team, you're just blatantly lying and just
See, Age said he can't see us as a top 5 yet. What? Really? I just can't see us as a top like a 6 or a 7. Really? I don't, dude. That's
So name the 5 teams that are over us. You can name 4. There's no way you can name a 5th.
yes. The competition is good too, Age. But I mean, really, like you, where do you see us then, Age? If you don't see us in the top 5 somewhere, like, do you really see us like as a close to a play-in team? Is that like I'm confused?
I'm saying Bucks have Middleton out for a little bit. We don't know when he's coming back. We don't know what the Hawks are gonna look like. There's no way. There's no guarantees. Like,
Nicholas and Age,
team.
what do you guys? If you don't see us as top 5, what do you see us then? Because I'll make another $100 bet if you guys say 7 seed or lower. I'll fucking clean up from both y'all.
I can't lie. Y'all, for people that put Miami in top 5, I'm gonna have a problem because there's no way you can say Miami's top 5 when they're literally the only team in the East that did nothing.
Well, I mean,
like they did nothing. Even bottom feeder teams had additions.
That Nicolo kid they picked up is pretty nice, though. Have you watched him play a little bit? That Jokic.
No,
he's nice, dude.
We saw him fuck us up in real time.
Yeah, he's that's a like low key. That was a nice grab by them. I wish we could have grabbed him because where did he go? Didn't he go down pretty low as well? I can't remember where they picked, but that was a nice snag. I'm not saying that's going to win him anything, but I'm just saying that dude, that was a nice pickup by them for sure.
Definitely nice pickup. But yeah, there's no way
30th?
you're telling me we'll be outside of top 5. We don't know if Boston can fully recover from that situation. Miami, while yes, they're a strong system, they're the only team in the East that had little to no upgrades going into the season. Only thing upgraded was Jimmy Butler's hair. And he
the
cut it
problem
off.
I have is people are saying, like, Nicholas, you guys saying we're not going to be top 5, but you're not going to give me what you think we are. But we're definitely not top 5. I mean, like, then that means you're thinking we're 6th, 7th, 8th. Like, we do have to prove something for sure. But I mean, it's like if you could say we're not top 5, then like, what do you you give me a guess? Like DJ saying top 4 seat, like, you can't just say no, we're not top 5, but you're not going to give a potential seed. Like, where do you then realistically see us? And it can't just be like, oh, they got to prove themselves. Like, but you can definitely answer no, not top 5. Like, give me something here. Like, you can't just be like, oh, no, not top 5. They got to prove themselves. Well, then what is it? Oh, I can't really answer that. Well,
so the question is, we got a top 5.
I asked where we had us, and I said I think it's fair to say we're in the top 5. I think I can comfortably say that.
Should I put a poll up?
Top 5, like there's no way.
Nicholas is saying top 6. Top 6. What about you, Age?
I'll put the poll up right now.
One of the top teams.
Yeah, do 1 through 5, and then do 6 through 10, just to see how people. I gotta see where people are at.
Yeah.
Then do 11 through 14.
Yo, chill, yo. Nobody better
vote
for that. Nobody better vote for that, yo.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the interesting thing though for me is that people are gonna pick teams that they think are going to be ahead of us, who have just as many, if not more, question marks and more new people on their team than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you pick them to say that you expect them to be better than us when they have all these new pieces on teams.
And yeah, like on top of that, I don't think Miami's gonna be as high as they did last year. Because put it like this, like the East got competitive. Like the East got crazy competitive.
The best
And the
is,
thing with Miami is their problem is they're kind of like what the Jazz when they had Rudy and Donovan. They literally doing the same shit, just putting a few little inches new coats of paint in, a few tweaks, but relatively it's the same shit. Like for the past 3 years, all it came down to Jimmy being the only real scoring option and people just literally scratching for buckets from anybody else. That's literally it. And you're telling me now in the new, more competitive, they're still going to be a top team in the East when they're literally the only team in our conference that did nothing. Like they did nothing.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
Miami's
think they're
gonna
going
do
to
that.
drop super low. Like they're still going to be a good team. But
I'm not saying they're going to be fodder. I ain't
Yeah.
saying they're going to be no playing, but they're going to drop. Like there's going to be a drop off.
Okay, the East is too good. Especially how y'all feel about the Cavs? Y'all think they're gonna be up there?
I gotta watch them.
Yeah.
First. On paper,
The
it looks.
Cavs-
I haven't seen them
crazy.
yet.
It looks crazy on paper.
Yeah. Has Donovan Mitchell played yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right.
I haven't watched. I didn't catch. I wanted to catch one of their preseason games, and I didn't. So I don't even know how they look.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched either. Yeah, Garland and Donovan yet. But on paper, yeah, on paper they should be up there because they were up there last year without Donovan. And what they give up?
They traded away Markkinen, I believe.
Yeah, Markkinen. They just gave up Markkinen.
Did they?
And Sexton.
Sexton.
Oh yeah, Sexton. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, they sent
That's
they
a
did
good
him dirty, yo. They sent him to Utah, yo. He's in Utah. I mean, he wasn't in like at least Cleveland. At least Cleveland's better than Utah, though.
I think Colin gonna go crazy this year, though.
You think he's about to go off?
I mean, hey Nicholas. To be fair, we were one, and then literally an injury took us out of the top team, right? Like
I put the poll up, so make sure y'all go.
I don't know why. Like we had no system. Like it literally took us injuries to not be good. Like and we still were one of the top teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like if KD never goes down, are you telling me we fall out of the top 5? Right? Like, okay, come on, Nicholas.
Injuries happen. That's not an excuse. Injuries don't happen at the clip we get them, dude. Like,
yeah, come on. It's not like it's not like come on.
Nah, like.
Yeah, the chat is saying 1 through 5, y'all.
Yeah,
7% said 6 through 10, and 7% said 7 to 15. So some people are voting for 7 or 15, yo.
Not age. We're not gonna ignore Philly, but they're gonna be good. Like, mind you, we're not even factoring in. No one's really talking about playoffs yet. I'm talking about like regular season standings. Like I'm talking about like accumulating wins. Like,
hey, facts, Davion. We were 7th with the absolute worst luck a team could have last year. Facts. That's true, bro.
You should have been out of the playoffs last year.
No Kyrie for majority of the season. KD goes down. Harden, punk ass, like leaving, getting back injured players, right? Like
COVID. Remember when the COVID outbreak?
Yeah, dude, exactly, right?
Everybody
like we were
COVID.
7th with the most absolute worst. Like it's not just injuries, right? Like. And that's the other, yeah, exactly. It's not like just KD went down. It was like, yeah, come on. Yeah.
Yo, who's voting for 7 for 15? Yo, it's 8%. Somebody said it's 8% right now, yo.
Whoever voted 7 for 15 needs to just leave the stream right now.
Yo. Chill.
Just leave. Just like unsubscribe.
Yeah, what's
Don't
going
say
on?
goodbye.
There's definitely some Sixers fans in here. I know there's Sixers fans.
Shout out to Mo. I hope Utah makes the roster Monday more and Morris.
We do too, man.
I hope so too. I'm actually like pleasantly surprised. Like I don't think we're talking about Morris enough. I'm not saying dude's lights out, but he's been steady, consistent, man. Like
He's kind of have been lights out though. Like I don't,
I
he
wouldn't say
don't
he's
be
been
missing.
lights out, but he's been
No,
steady. He's been steady, consistent. But his
I'm saying
mid-range
like every
game is
time he
beautiful.
shoots it, like he be big. He like I'm talking
Yeah.
about every preseason game. It's like I rarely see him missing. Like I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
what's
Nicholas,
going
you
on?
can't come up here and say
Yeah.
Yeah, his mid-range is automatic.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm really seeing him miss.
Yeah, I'm happy with Morris. I don't know what he's how much play he's going to get. I'm sure there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a long season for him, but I think he was a good pickup, and I hope he stays. I don't.
Somebody said the Philly fans are trolling here. I knew the Philly fans because I was like, there's way too many. Like, there's way 8%.
There
Like, come
has
on,
to be.
8%. Like, there's definitely Philly fans, but I know Philly fans watch this like because they're obsessed with Ben Simmons because I know how they are. Like, they all follow us on Twitter. They all troll us, from their burners. We got Ben. Ben only had 2 points today. Like, bro, we were punching them by 30. Like, why y'all care about Ben's points?
Like, are you? I mean, like tonight, Morris had 6 rebounds, 7 points, 1 steal. Right?
Yeah.
Like, are you really expecting a lot more from him than that? Like, and what did he have the last game?
Bro,
Last game against the Bucks, he had
was he perfect tonight?
he had 3 rebounds for it, but he only played 12 minutes the last game. I think it was the second game where he had a decent game, but I mean, I'm not unhappy with Morris like enough to say, oh, he's trash, get rid of him. Like,
he's been a pleasant surprise. I thought he was going to be like worse. I thought he was going to look a lot worse than he did.
Well, I don't think you really knew what you were. I think obviously that coming back from injuries, that he was another low risk, high reward question mark guy. What's he going to give? Is how much did the injuries hurt him? Is he going to be able to rebound? And I think he's done well. Like I'm not happy. I'm not unhappy with him by any stretch of the matter.
Safe to say he's not going to be a Paul Millsap.
Yes.
He's not going to be.
Yeah,
I think that's what a lot of people are getting at. He's not going to be a Paul Millsap because even Millsap got cooked in preseason, and we're like, okay, that looks a little odd, and then he proceeded to get cooked in the regular season.
Yeah, and he just wasn't playing. he was literally taking tons of games off. But he had a situation. He had his what was his baby?
Yeah, he had a baby.
Yeah.
So who? Okay, just B brought up a good question, but I got to look at this. How many people do we have to cut by opening night?
If Yuta, yeah,
two,
yeah, 2.
Okay, so let's see. Cass. I mean, I'm sorry, Chios.
He said what?
Oh, did you? Yeah, he's all what?
Jay's
no, the
face.
reason why I thought Cass was
I
because
saw
somebody
Jay's
said
reaction
Cass.
for the screen, yo. He's
Somebody
like,
put Cass right below his question. He said, "What's with Cass now?" And that's why I was like, "But did you hear when you came in, Jay? I said Rudy Gobert goes to the rack like Cass does. Like, did you hear that?
Yeah, that was funny.
the two
But,
cuts
I mean, that's
are
a
going to
good
be
question, like
Chioza and isn't Raekwon on the team?
Raekwon Gray.
Yeah, those are going to be the 2
I thought
cuts.
he was already gone.
Nah, he's been sitting there.
Doing nothing.
He's just sitting there. He's just there.
We didn't even give him no playing time, yo.
I have to
He played
imagine it's
in
those
one
2.
game, and
he did.
Clearly terrible.
If not, let's just go for the outside shot that Sean Marks is like, nope, I'm gonna keep Chio. I'm gonna keep the cheese, right? Like, what if he, like, somehow
He would have to cut
defies what we all
Markieff.
want? Who do you think's next in line after Cheese and Raekwon?
What?
Markieff.
No, I'm just saying but I'm just throwing a hypothetical out there, Jay. If somehow they're like, no, we're keeping Chioza, who do you think's in line after Raekwon to get cut?
No, what they keeping him for?
I know. I'm playing hypothetical, Jay. Jay, we've seen this, right? They've given $7 mil to Patty Mills.
No, I don't want to play this game.
You are playing it, Jay, because it's a reality.
Jay's gonna get escorted out the clays again.
They gave $7 mil to Patty Mills.
Yo,
you have to be concerned, Jay. You cannot sit here and say Sean Marks is the bullshit that he's done and not have this in the back of your head
The
that
Brooklyn
they
Nets
might
have
do
waived
something
Yuta
stupid.
Watanabe. Imagine seeing that on Monday.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
Imagine seeing that. Imagine seeing that
Look
on
what he
Monday.
did last year with Kess, right? You take him off the two-way to give him a guarantee. You don't play him. You cut James Johnson, and you don't even play the dude, and you screw the flexibility of a guy that you could have kept on a two-way, and you weren't even going to play him, right? That's a fuck up. That's a major mess up by Sean Marks. You let Kessler go. You let Bembry go. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. That's my point. I know you don't want to
Hey,
play the game.
I don't, but I'm not that part of it. I'm not arguing with you at all. I wouldn't be surprised either. The problem with that is, when are we going to move past that?
I don't know. That's what
Because
scares me.
come on, man, we can't. I'm not talking about you bringing that up. I'm talking about, at a certain point, we got to stop with this nonsense.
We
We
do.
know you did it last year.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the definition of insanity is to do the exact same thing and expect different results. Why,
Yes.
if you did it last year and it did not work out, why would you do it again this year and expect different
Well,
results?
why
You
would you give
can't
Patty Mills $7 million? I
Oh,
don't
you know
know.
what? I was wrong.
listen.
I said Markeith. It was I think Sumner is the. Can we cut Sumner?
Yeah.
If
We
we can cut
could.
Sumner, he would be next in line. I think. Instead of
Well,
No,
Markeith.
well,
he's
DDJ signed his two-way, correct?
Yeah.
yeah,
Or-
he signed a two-way.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't have to
Alondes
worry
is
about
going. He's
losing
going.
him.
I think he's going straight down to the G League. Like soon
Yeah,
as the
he
season
is.
starts.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
that has to be one of those where he's being rewarded for having been in Brooklyn working out with the team, because Isaiah Joe is better than Alondes Williams. He's better
Preach.
than him. And Isaiah Joe was cut by the Sixers. Why we haven't already signed him to a two-way, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, Yuta, Twin, and Sumner are the three who are said to not be on guaranteed deals.
Right.
For me, we've seen enough from all three to keep them.
Mhm.
If we're getting rid of one of them, and saying, I'm not wholeheartedly disagreeing with you. My thing is, if we're getting rid of one of them to keep Chioza,
Yeah.
I
And that's what.
think
what's
Sam
sad,
meant like
Jay,
just to keep.
What's sad is
Yeah.
that I even have to think that thought of the potential of that happening. And shout out to AX. This is actually pretty sick. Patty 7 Mills. That's actually pretty sick, dude.
What
I
about?
like that.
I think Sam meant
That's actually bad. That
Patty
might be my
7
new
Mills.
name.
Oh
Patty
yeah, that's
7
not
Mills.
bad.
That
Patty
might
7
actually be that's a nice one.
Maybe Saint meant to
Yeah,
like
it's
keep
just,
the
I mean,
roster
Jay,
open.
I wouldn't.
Like,
I'm
that's what you
just
meant,
the
Saint?
reason. What's that, bro?
I'm saying maybe you meant like to keep
No, I'm
cut
just,
one of them to
dude.
keep the roster flexible, like to keep one
I'm
roster spot on the team.
bro. I'm just
What?
nervous that Sean Marks is gonna do something like that, bro. It's
Mm.
like just like how we were talking about how we have to prove ourselves, and there's this concern, and why people can't say we're in this seed or what. It's the same thing with Sean Marks, bro. Like, there's part of me that is like still nervous that you would make a move like that, right? Like, we've seen him, and I agree with Jay's analogy of insanity. I know that analogy all too well in my own personal life. So to hear that is like, but it just makes me nervous. And that's why I asked it, like, who would potentially be next in line if he got some crazy thought like keeping Chioza because he's a world championship player. Because he got a ring. Exactly. You just never, dude. I'm sorry. Does anybody fully feel comfortable with Sean Marks?
No.
Chat, like, are any one of you guys 100% comfortable with Sean Marks? Like, all the water under the bridge. You forgive him for past
I'm
transgressions.
still ready for Jeff Peterson, honestly.
Exactly. So,
like, my view, like I think Sean did a good job in like addressing the wings this year after Katie told him to. You know what I'm saying? I was like, come on, bro. It took you way too long to address this wing stuff. Like, Katie had to come out and say it
but
right after the draft.
Nobody talks about that though. It's embarrassing if a player has to tweet that.
Yeah.
No, but and he even gave it an interview, bro. He said it in an interview.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're a dollar short. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's been 3 years, and now we've been asking for wings all this whole time, and then Katie had to request a trade. Well, first of all, Katie had to say it's a wings league right after the draft, and then request a trade for you to address the wings.
Like, it's a weird feeling because on one level, it's like I'm completely pissed at the front office that allowed our off season to go the way it did. But then on the flip side, right? And you notice I'm not saying a name; I'm just saying front office, right? And with the addition of probably some player language in there and suggestions, we're able to pick up some guys that I'm happy we got to put around the guys returning and Ben Simmons, right? So on some level, the front office did some decent things I'm happy about. But on the flip side,
Saying you still there?
I think we lost him.
Can't hear him. I can't hear him. Wait, shows you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Maybe his audio cut out.
Yeah, hold on, y'all talking to me?
No, I was Saint's audio cut out.
Oh, mine. Oh man, I thought my earpiece died.
in trouble connecting, but
Okay, we're good. We're back. I thought your audio,
we're
because I think
back.
your audio cut out. Yeah.
It says it's unstable, but
Yeah, that happened to me too. That's why I had to like come
You
back
gotta
and.
fix the hearing aid, man.
I ain't got no hearing. I ain't that old yet. I ain't that old, but I mean, like what I was saying. Hey Jay, you're not too far behind me, Mr. Graybeard. I know that you've been looking.
I'll
like
say
that.
this.
You know where we've
When
been seeing some gray hair and Kyrie's hair and on his beard. Like I
Oh
see
yeah,
you.
I seen some gray hair. Nah, Jay. When I saw Jay in real life, Jay looks young, yo. I'm not gonna lie, yo.
He looked young with gray hair. I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't. I didn't see the gray hair. I didn't see the gray hair. Jay looks like those dads you definitely look like a basketball dad, like those dads you see on the AAU sideline. Like you definitely look more like those basketball dads.
Like how can you tell what Jay looks like when that's all you see?
Oh. No, because I saw Jay in real life, man. I saw her like. So let's ask y'all questions before we wrap this up. It's been 2 hours. It's getting late.
Jay, we got to talk about this because now you're here. When you're coming out for the Nets playing the Clippers and the Lakers, which game do you want to meet up for? And like, because I'm about to lock some tickets down, and I know how you do. I know how you already told me how you're flying out, but like, do you have a plan, or is there a location in the Crypt Arena that you have to sit, or do you have it already all like locked down?
Nah, usually I don't know like until the day of.
So if I secure at least tickets for one of those games, you good with that? Or are you going to be like, I want to wait till the day of?
I have to wait till the day of if they comping me.
But if I secure tickets for one or two, because I'm taking my kid to one of those games, I'm going to let him choose. But the other one, I was hoping to pick up a couple tickets, one for you, one for me.
Hey,
so
Callaway just asked us on Twitter.
I want to make sure you're cool with that before I go lock it down.
Ask me next week.
All right, I'll do that.
Because I'll make some calls on Monday, see what they're talking about.
Okay. Callaway asked on Twitter if anybody was going to the game. Well, she's asked if me, Chubbs, or Jay going to the game.
Which one?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Well,
I thought she said I thought she was in Milwaukee.
Callaway?
Yeah.
Is she? I'm about to reply to her.
Callaway,
she just look at her. Look at Twitter. She just tagged us.
Okay.
Is Callaway in here? I was wondering why she tweeted
us. I just saw her like something. I don't know. I hadn't seen her all. I don't know if she is it.
Yeah.
I gotta.
I'll put it in the DM. She literally just tagged us.
My class is at 6 Wednesday, so I don't even.
I know Jay's probably gonna be there.
If
Yeah,
I do, I gotta hustle my ass out of Queens Wednesday. But
Yo, B
No.
said, look at you saw what B said. He said you look young because you don't stress. He said you look young because you don't stress. Let's go 808. Let's go 0-82, and he'll look like you, like it's just gravy.
No, AJ does not get mistaken for
Jeff Green. I've gotten people say I look like Jeff Green, Kawhi, and Freddie Gibbs.
No, this
Okay.
is
AJ,
Those three people, yo. I look like everybody. Everybody
You
like,
sound,
like
how about
everybody.
this? You sound like Kawhi Leonard, but you look like Freddie Gibbs.
So where does the
Okay.
Jeff Green come out of nowhere? Like, where does the Jeff
Well,
Okay,
I think it was.
but here I need to add more to the legend of what AJ looks like.
Oh shit!
I've since being 2 days with you, bro. Your voice sounds a little different in real life than it does on the mic. And I'm not saying.
Well, dude, there was no listen. Is it a coincidence that the first game that you guys went to, Freddie Gibbs actually was at the game?
You can't write it. You can't write it.
I think this is what AJ. This is what AJ wore to the game, right? I think that's
nah.
what he. I think that's
The smooth jacket. Is that silk?
Yeah.
That was AJ at the game with Chubbs. He just didn't.
Nah, the smooth jacket though is crazy.
Oh man.
AJ
With the G
Gibbs, bro.
chain.
Yeah, that's right. For Gibbs, bro.
man.
AJ Gibbs.
But let me tell y'all, his voice is not like, yo, what the hell?
Yo, tell me that. I'm sorry.
If Kermit the Frog and Pop Smoke.
Tell me that's not AJ right there.
It's a Kermit and Pop.
If Kermit the Frog and Pop Smoke were to become one person,
Oh
it would sound like AJ, bro.
Like, tell me that doesn't look
AJ,
like
I was
AJ.
like,
AJ
there's
makes
a
a
little
face
bit-
like that, bro.
I think Cakes Boo said I don't look like Kawhi.
Yeah, nah. The Kawhi one kind of like, yeah, nah. But the Freddie Gibbs, yeah.
That's funny.
But nah, AJ, like, nah, you got a little bit of a Kermit in your voice, bro.
Did you say Kermit, bro?
There's
What?
a bit of
Patrick,
no,
you got Patrick Mahomes' voice.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you talking about Green Kermit? Kermit the motherfucking
yeah, Kermit,
frog.
bro. There's a
Yo,
little
he's saying that he has more bass on the stream
on the
than he does in real life.
But you just said Kermit.
bro, and this is not because you.
You just called AJ Kermit, bro.
Yo, somebody saw me at practice
wow.
in the park. I said what up to them, and they were like, "Yo, you sound just like you do on Spaces." I was like,
Okay,
Nah, Jay, you do sound just like yeah.
now.
Hey,
I'll
wait,
say this,
AJ, real
they
quick.
sound
Wait,
exactly like he does in Spaces.
Chubbs,
Exactly.
real quick, AJ. When I do this, I need you to. All right, now speak over this, please.
Yo, that's crazy.
Bro,
Can you sing the Rainbow Connection real quick, bro?
"Oh my god!" Yeah.
I love it. This is Chubbs' fault. You know, dude. You know what happens when you tell me this kind of shit? What I'm gonna do with my computer?
I literally
Like,
said I'm adding
this
to the
is-
legend of what AJ looks like.
This
bro.
is your
That's
fault,
not fair,
though,
bro.
Chubbs.
Because
If AJ gets mad at me, it's your fault because you said it. Dude.
oh my God.
AJ's mad at me now. It's your fault. All right.
Oh, man.
He still won't stop. All right, let's get back to it. Oh, that's your fault, Chubbs.
Yeah, that's probably it's my fault, bro.
All right. Well, hey, dude, I'm pretty sure when y'all meet me and you're gonna have some funny ass shit to say about me because I'm a goofy motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
No.
All right, where do we go from here for after that? Oh, stop it. Where are you at, AJ?
Oh, nah. Is he dead ass mad off of that? Nah, that's crazy.
No, he cannot be. He's mad at that.
No. Oh man.
AJ, where'd you go?
Oh man. You know what this feel like? You know when Fat Joe had that interview and he said when he was beefing with Jay-Z, he was in an elevator with him. That's probably what it feels like right now. And that was like fresh off when you stabbed somebody in the elevator. Nah.
Saint looks like he
came
owns
back.
a Harley.
I had to go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, dude, we thought you were mad at us, bro.
What?
Okay, nah, AJ, you got
okay,
AJ, you gotta
dude,
clip that.
the
Nah, I
Kermit
left.
thing-
Last time I left the trolling music on. I came back and
Bro, okay,
Oh,
we
that's why
thought
you
you, we
left it
thought
on.
you, we thought you were
I
mad
literally
at
left
us,
the
bro.
trolling music on. I went to go to the bathroom.
Me and
Yo,
Chubbs got nervous. We're like, did we really piss him off?
I'm like, yo, I know he's not fucking. I know he's not mad over a fucking Kermit joke, bro.
That was pretty
Yeah.
Was
funny.
there typing my name in the comments? What I just
No,
happened?
because AJ, what happened was I put up the picture. You saw the picture I put up of Kermit, right?
Yeah, wait,
No,
what are you
I
talking
put
about?
this up and I said, AJ, sing the Rainbow Connection. I want to hear if you sound like Kermit.
Oh,
and
no,
then you
I
went.
put
You
the
up the
trolling
troll
music.
music.
Yeah,
and
I
then
put the
you went
trolling music
dead
on, and then I
silent.
went to the bathroom.
But we
And I
didn't
came
know
back,
you
and
went to the
everybody just has
bathroom.
AJ. I see AJ in the comments.
No,
Like,
because bro, the way it played out, it didn't. You went to the bathroom and we had no idea, and then everybody's like, "Yo, I think you guys made AJ mad," and me and Chubbs were like,
AJ, I'm
"We're like,
being
did we?
ass.
Did we really piss him
Yo,
off?"
AJ,
Oh,
from the
sorry.
perspective, it did look like we just made you Titus. We made you
Like,
mad.
like in a
Yeah,
minute,
you
I
made
thought
mad.
we were gonna be
No,
like,
I don't
"Hey,
care.
Nets Kingdom is looking for 2 new additional codes."
That's the way it was. Like.
That's what it
Nah,
felt
I'm good.
like, bro.
All I care about how I sound to the ladies. You know
Oh,
what I'm
you
saying?
said to the ladies.
I don't give a fuck about what y'all think I sound like.
No, that was all Chubbs. It's Chubbs' fault,
Oh,
man.
man.
I'm
I
blaming
don't,
it all on
I don't-
Chubbs.
you know what I'm saying? I don't care about what y'all think I sound like.
All right, it's
I don't
been
know
what?
like what I sound like. I'm good. Damn. Like I wake up and like, oh my god, Chubbs think I sound like her. I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck.
Thought said you're not allowed to hit the bathroom. Be real, bro.
You said I'm not allowed to hit the bathroom.
Like what?
I'm not a real. I've been here for 2 hours. You think I can't sit down for 2 hours and
I'll
Think
try to
AJ
entertain y'all
got
for 2
a-
hours, and now I'm here.
AJ got a Gatorade bottle by the desk. What? Like, come on.
I literally went up
I'm not
to go get
allowed
a
to go
bottle
to the
of water.
bathroom. It's been 2 hours and 21 minutes. I'm supposed to sit here, entertain y'all, and not be a real human.
Oh shit.
All right.
Well, listen. To close it out, I'm happy. I think we're going to be top 5. Y'all can think what you want. I'm not going to get hyped. I'm not claiming championship, but I think we got a good little squad. The defense is what's impressing me the most. It is opening up so many things for this team. And we're only going to get better. We're going to get three players back that there's no way you can't tell me the combination of Joe, Seth, and TJ Warren is going to help this squad. I fail to believe that that's in certain situations having Seth or Joe wide open is going to be a beautiful thing. I really don't know what to expect from TJ Warren though, but I'm excited. And I'll be off work. I will be able to see opening night, so I'm happy.
Oh, Callaway's here now.
What up, Callaway?
Callaway, you moved to Milwaukee? Where you at, Callaway? Are you in Milwaukee? Or are you here? Because I saw the Twitter.
She said, "See you, my boy. Kyrie finally playing defense." B said, "I'm claiming championship. Fuck all that humble shit."
Yeah, where's Manny, man? Manny was his optimism.
He was in here earlier, but
Yeah. Oh, he's
All
in
right,
DK. Okay.
what's that?
No, I said Callaway said she's in Brooklyn.
That's what's up.
You going to the game or no?
I think she is.
No, she said she's in Brooklyn.
Somebody said I have a whiskey smooth voice. That's crazy.
That was the creator of AJ7. That was the creator of Patty 7 Mills.
Whiskey smooth. All right, I'm out of here.
All right, last words, bro. Jay, what's your last words, man?
Oh man.
My last words are we should win Wednesday, and I just want a clean win. Excuse me. I'd like a clean win. I'd like Patrick, Sammy, Mills, AM glued to the bench until fourth quarter garbage time minutes when we have a secure W. And I'm going to tell Jeff Peterson he's next.
I'm crying.
Crazy. Crazy. Oh man.
Chubb's last words.
Yeah. On to Wednesday. There's really nothing like overall preseason. All the bad habits we had in the first two games immediately overrode with these last two games. So we've seen the worst, but we've also seen the highs, and it's honestly up to the team in which direction they want to go. Because I'm not gonna sit around and crown a team a champion that chooses when to put the effort in. Like I'm not gonna crown a champion to a team that easily gives up in adversity. So let's just go by game. I hope this team wins Wednesday. I'm confident they can win Wednesday, but that is a good team on the other side. So we'll see Wednesday.
AJ already said what I needed to say. It's on you, man. Close this out.
Yeah, hit that like button. Follow all the socials. You know what it is. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back. That's all I gotta say.
See y'all Wednesday.